refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever else spring. But I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Down by the water, maybe I'm a son, maybe I'm a daughter. When the music man calls, that's when I gotta play. Things we never had. I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes, I do. Well, the world Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Then I get lost one long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of new. Oh, na 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 na. At the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back again. Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, 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 you. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Yeah. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah, yeah, I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're gonna black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue.
Hello, everybody. And I just want to make sure that my audio is in there because it's not. There we go. How's it going, all? We are here again for another Friday night. Oh, there we go. That's Scott. That's Scott. He's like,
What is up? What is up?
that picture went viral, dude. That picture went so viral. It was all over the Discord channel, Scott. And you look like some crazed Rick and Morty person. It was crazy. Look.
There you go. Got your eye. Got my eye on you.
My eye. Look into it. Oh my goodness. How's it going, everybody?
Touch my slippers. It's April 1st.
Is it?
Come on.
Oh, it's April Fool's Day.
Let's be a little
It
foolish
is.
today.
Are you just now figuring this out, sir?
I forgot. You know what? I wanted to put out an AstroWorld's is Going Dark video and do an April Fool's thing, but I've totally forgot.
Do you remember the compilation that was done last year? I know a lot of the YouTubers kind of got together and they did one.
Yes.
The cloud filter.
Yep, the cloud filter. Yep.
You can shoot in the daytime.
And T-O-P-T Icarus.
Yeah, the Icarus filter. That was it. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Great. Oh, and did you see ZWO's April Fool's today?
No, I did not.
They have released 2 more versions of the ASI Air. The ASI Air Mini and the ASI Air, and then they have the ASI Air Max.
The ASI Air Max.
Twice the memory.
Twice the memory, 4 times the BS.
Yeah, exactly.
it's like what was that? Jolt Cola? Yeah. Double the caffeine, twice the sugar, something like that.
That was amazing.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah, every so often I'll run into it, at some random convenience store, and it'll have like an inch of dust on it, so its age is a little sketchy, but if for nothing else, just the nostalgia of it, I gotta grab it.
There's
the
original energy drink.
I did a real quick title for Jesse because it said Jason from the other day. Do you guys see the live? You don't see the live. You just see the boxes, right?
Yeah, I can see the live.
Oh, now you'll see the live. Is that the live now?
There we are.
There you go.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so you got the live feed now. So you can use Melon, you can do whatever. So there you go.
I like Ernie's comment.
What did he say? I got to flip over.
Awesome Astronomy Podcast did a great post on Twitter about finding life on Uranus.
There you go. Yeah, they were called the Klingons. Anyway, before we get into craziness, let's do the housekeeping stuff first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's see if this is actually going to work. Yes, it does. So thank you to our sponsors. We have a bunch of them now. So thank you to all of them. So this is thank you to our main sequence level sponsors, Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes and Night Skies Network, which we're going to talk a little about and hopefully show a little bit about it tonight because Joe, who runs Night Skies Network, is supposedly streaming his rig tonight, and he's going to try and track the James Webb Space Telescope. Go figure that out. So that's going to be very, very interesting. He said he did it the other night, and it'd be very, very interesting to see. So thank you all to them. And I got to do this real quick. There we go. And then thank you also to our Red Giant level, Prima Luce Lab, and Camera Concepts. And if you haven't signed up for the Eagle, sign up for the Eagle giveaway. And don't forget the other one. We got giveaways for $50 gift certificates to Camera Concepts and Woodland Hills. So that's going to be, we're giving away, what are we giving away tonight? We're giving away a free Masters of Pixinsight workshop. So we're bringing that up. And that brings us to our super giant level. And I should put the IP for AP logo on here as well because they are together. But Masters of Pixinsight and IP for AP, I've joined us at our super. They were super generous. They've given us over 60 workshops and 12 or 13 yearly subscriptions to IP for AP. If you don't know what IP for AP is, it's really a good resource for Pixinsight and for Photoshop. So I'm talking too much, so it's going forward. So I I'm going to pause this right now because I had to change the slides again because we got more sponsors. So we got more Red Giant members. And for those of you that see the little logo next to your name, those are the people that have migrated from the YouTube sponsor level, whether you canceled or not, to the Patreon place where we're kind of doing everything now. So if you want to join us on Patreon, feel free to look for us at AstroWorld TV. And like we said, it's more savings for us, which means bigger gifts for you. So that's what we did. So thank you, Chris, Mark, Bob, Andrus, Dave, Rocky Mountain, Josh, and Bob. 2 Bobs. Oh, what about Bob? What about Bob? No, sorry. So thank you to those Red Giant members. Then we have our main sequence members. Again, 4 people moved over to Patreon. Mark, Captain LaDonna, all you guys. Thanks, Sean Nielsen, Gideon, Hogarth. Thank you so much for being our main sequence and our lonely Protostar member, Kieran's Corner. So thank you, Kieran, as well for being a member. And I'm going to change this on the bottom. If you want to become a member sponsor, go to the Patreon. Don't do it on YouTube. Do it on the Patreon channel, and I'll change that for the next time. I just ran out of time for updates tonight. So thank you for everybody. We have something like 26 sponsors now, member sponsors, which is awesome. And we also had somebody, and I got to put a special shout out. And I'm sorry, I forget the person's name. Somebody gave us a $35 one-time donation. So thank you to that gentleman who did that as well. And again, as usual, we have our upcoming guest list. So we got a lot of good stuff coming on. We got Bob Denny coming in 5 days. He's going to give us a rundown about Alpaca, which is the version of ASCOM for Mac and Linux. So that's going to be really, really cool to get a little rundown on that for those of you Linux and Mac users. April 13th, we have Charles Bracken, who is the author of the Deep Sky Imaging Primer, as long as the notebook and the journal and the Sky Planner. I mean, he's got so many books now, I don't even know anymore. But that's going to be really, really cool to have him on the 13th. Then we're going to have Richard Wright. Richard Wright used to work for Software Bisque, and he moved. He made a career change, and now he runs Starstone Software, and he's also a major contributor to Sky Intel magazine. So it's going to be really cool to have him on. And then May 13th, we have Eric Coles, who is a really, really, really talented astrophotographer and also one of the main contributing members to the Astro Imaging channel. And he's going to come on and hang out with us and show us some of his workflows and what he does with Pixinsight and what other programs that he uses to make his photographs look really awesome. And again, we're on our other social media platforms. Discord membership is kind of stagnated. We've been at 42, 43. We'd like to build that up a little bit again. So for those of you out there, feel free to spread the word, spread the love, do whatever you got to do to get more people to become involved, because the more people we get involved, the more knowledge that's out there to help everybody else. So that's what it's all about. Plus, we got our YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can come check us out there. And that being said, and we'll just go to the 5-up. And it stopped. This is so weird. Oh, am I on? Hold on. There we go. There we go. We were on an overlay. And the empty couch. Come on, man. It's like,
Sorry.
So it's bad enough we got an empty square, man. It's like Hollywood squares without the middle. But so that's really what one thing that's important to bring up is that we had a tie for the picture of the week.
Insane.
Really?
Our first tie.
Insane. There was 13. 13 people voted, and even though it was an odd number because we have more than 2 people, it ended up being a tie. 2 people got 4 votes, and 1 person got 2 votes. I think that's 14. Yeah, so something like that. So we have a tie.
He's using the new math.
Yeah, it's Common Core. I'm sorry, I never learned it. So so the 5 times 2 equals 12. I never understood how that worked out. But or you could, or I just went to the land of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with math. What do you get when you multiply 6 by 9? So nobody gets that. Anyway.
Not unless you've read the book.
Yep. So here we go. So the first
42.
Yes, it's no, it's not 42. It is 54, isn't it?
It's 42.
Oh, it's 42. That's right. That's right. It is 42, and it is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And if you don't like it, well, then you didn't read the book. Anyway, so let's take a look at our first finalist. There you go. That's our first finalist. That is the Spaghetti Nebula. From who is that? That was Spaghetti Nebula, Craig Starks. At the spaghetti. Can you guys see that? Yes, no? Hold on. You guys went off master for some reason. I'm not sure why. Hold on a second. There you go. Oh, hold on. You guys went out for a second on my side. I could hear you now. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Yep.
Okay.
So that is the Spaghetti Nebula. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
I can see it, and it's really nice.
Yeah. So that's really nice. That's taken
Nice
from the
marinara.
Utah desert.
Yes.
And I know I put the other one in here. Maybe I didn't do it. If I didn't, I'll just bring it in right now. Master Light, Daniel Schaefer's Iris. There we go. Daniel Schaefer's Iris. Input. Picture. Browse.
Someone mentioned in the chat that they've never seen this one before. I don't think I've seen this myself.
Yeah, it was on the website.
constellation is it?
What was that?
The Spaghetti Nebula. I don't know that I've seen it. Somebody mentioned in the chat that they've never seen that before, and honestly, I don't know that I have. Maybe I have, or just never heard it called the Spaghetti Nebula. What constellations is in?
Give me 1 second. I'll get that info for you. Let me just grab this.
Well, I can go ahead. I'll go ahead and Google. I'll Google that.
Because I'm trying to get this one in here. And then the next one is...
It is between Agura and Taurus.
Auriga and Taurus.
It's between Auriga and Taurus.
Okay.
Sharpless 2-240. It is a supernova remnant.
Yep.
It is very pretty.
It is.
And I think I got the wrong one here. So you guys could talk about that for a second while I grab this one.
I mean, I'm looking here, and this goes to show again I love technology, and this was done from a remote observatory in Utah, and you have so many of these coming up now. iTelescope and others like it. I mean, it's fantastic where, you can grab this type of data, and especially if you're battling like me here in the Midwest, who hasn't really gotten a consistent number of clear skies since maybe sometime last year in fall. Yeah. That to have some, opportunities and services like this, I think are fantastic. And this is a really, this is a dark sky. It's about 50 miles away from Zion National Park. I was reading.
Yep.
It is so pretty. It's
is
so
really,
pretty
really
out
nice.
there. I was out there a few years ago. My mother and I were, I mean, we've been out there a couple times. I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And it is
Mhm.
just absolutely like you can see your shadow, like just the stars are so bright. You can see your shadow. I mean, it's amazing. So,
That's pretty scary. I have yet
you,
to be in a place like that.
it is well we were in Natural Bridges, and this is when I was first getting started into astrophotography, and I was still using my DSLR and doing Milky Way because I didn't hadn't kind of accidentally stumbled on that one. And we went hiking. It was like midnight, and we decided we were going to go down to, I can't remember which bridge. It's probably the most commonly photographed one. I'm sure everybody's seen that bridge with the Milky Way behind it. But I was like, I want that picture. So my mom and I went. It was like midnight, and both of us are like, like, should we be hiking in the middle of the night in the dark by ourselves? And there was another guy there that was just waiting at like the trailhead, and he was just kind of hanging out. And as we were talking to him, kind of scoping out, like, okay, is this guy, is this gonna be okay to maybe meet up with this guy in the middle of the night? He's got legit camera gear, so it's not like he's just some random. Another guy comes pulling up, and he opens his trunk, and he's pulling out all his tripod and his camera gear and everything. So all 4 of us ended walking down. Made my mom feel so much more comfortable, and this guy that was waiting there, he's like, I really didn't want to go down by myself. He's like, I know there's mountain lions around here, and I just read an article not too long ago about a mountain lion, and I don't want to be on this trail. So all 4 of us kind of, caravan down. It was like a half-mile hike, and I mean, that was fun. That was actually a really good time. But this guy was so excited to see other people there, and then this guy, who pulled in right after us, I think he was probably like, well, there goes my solitude. But it was fun.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, it's scary, especially when I you know what I just did. Besides, it's totally. You know what I just did? I just booked a room for Cherry Springs for June.
You did. When are you going?
I'm gonna go that weekend, June 2nd to 5th.
Oh, you're gonna go for the star party.
For the actual star party. Yeah.
Nice, man.
I'm so excited.
So I'm gonna go. I gotta say, I've had really bad luck with star parties, pre-COVID. Every June, it was only one day, so I never went. It's too much of a drive. It'll be 6 hours there, 6 hours back.
Right,
so it's got to be 2 nights for me to make that drive.
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean, the room is, I'm rooming with a buddy of mine. It's $80 a night, $40 a piece.
Okay.
So
reasonable.
It's like it's like a 15-minute drive from the field.
Nice.
So, and there's a nice little town there.
For the star party right before COVID, the 2021, because it was just right. So the kids got out at like our last day of school, and then I think we had 2 or 3 days, and then the star. I was like, I can even get up there a couple days early. I can be there for a week. I can be there for 2 weeks. I'll pitch my tent and I will be fine. Just, after everybody leaves, solitude. But then, of course, that got canceled. And so not this year. I have one of my brothers is getting married on the 3rd. I guess that's the Friday. Yeah, on the 3rd. And then the kids aren't out of school until the 10th. So they frown upon us taking days off that last week anyway. So it will just have to wait.
Yeah. So, I mean, I did the camping thing once at a star party, and I will never, ever do it again.
Now, why is that?
I just won't, because I have a really, really hard time sleeping in the daytime, especially, I don't care what they say about those blackout tents, because I have one.
I got one, and I liked it. I did. It's not perfect, but it is so much better.
and the windows in it, I mean, it's just, they're not good enough, and it just gets really hot in there. It's like a green room, and it's like, it's really, really bad. It's 30 degrees at night and like 70 in the day. And I got no sleep that entire weekend because I got the blackout tent. I got everything that I needed. I bought a little thing. It's like a 4-person tent. I bought the bed. I bought everything, so I didn't have to freaking sleep on the ground. That total glamper. I mean, I'm not doing. I don't do anything rough like that. I'm not a rough and tumble type of guy. But yeah, so I won't do that again. That's why I found a room. I found a hotel that I usually stay at when I'm there, and they got blackout shades, and it's
Nice.
air conditioned, and they have continental breakfast when I walk in, and then I go to bed.
Yeah, that's glad. Yep. Glamping.
But well, the second one, second picture is here, and there is David Schaefer's Iris Nebula. Why did that do that again? I'm sorry, Eric. Go ahead. I got you.
No, that's like very nice. You know me, you guys who follow me, they know how much I love dark nebulae and the dust and everything around these reflection nebulae. I just love it. So very nicely done.
Yep.
Well done.
So do you want to throw it out to the membership that are watching and to start throwing their numbers in? Or what do you think?
No, I mean, I think you know what? I think the membership had their say. Now I think since it's a tie, I think it comes down to us. That would be my thought.
All right. So I'll save mine for the tiebreaker. Okay, how about that?
Okay. If we're gonna vote right now between us all, I would say the spaghetti.
Okay. Hold on. Lost you, Jess. It's not you, it's me. Don't worry.
Scott, what do you think?
I feel like just because I've never seen the spaghetti before too, it was kind of like, that's really cool.
So 2 spaghetti.
2 spaghettis with marinara.
Scott, you're out, and I don't think that's my fault. Oh, yes, it is. Go ahead, Scott. My fault.
Yeah, I'm looking at the iris here, and there is a lot of very interesting definition in the dark.
Oh yeah.
If you look closely, it's really kind of cool. It's a beautiful shot. The stars are nice and round, good star color. And I love that up in the upper right, the upper left-hand corner.
Right in here.
Upper left. What is that?
I don't know. That's kind of cool. I was looking at that too.
No, I don't think that's the ghost. I think the ghost is a little further away.
Yeah, I think that might be like an arm of the ghost or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Because the ghost is up and to the left of that, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that is really wild. Yeah.
So far we're getting quite a
really
few
beautiful shot.
We've got quite a few votes for spaghetti now.
Okay.
Yeah, Beatrice, I think it could be part of the ghost, but
I think it is. I think that's a little part, part of like the cape or whatever.
Part of it. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm working on right now. That's the project I'm working on.
Zoom in on that really beautiful red star.
Yeah.
I got to bring it up on something else. I can't do that here, I don't think.
Okay, so far we got quite a few votes for spaghetti, even from the audience here.
Hey,
I mean,
Mark,
look at how
blood
red that star is.
Right here.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
Yep, right at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Yep,
yeah, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It is. Man, that is really something.
Yeah.
So I guess Scott's vote for the iris.
It's got to be a super red giant.
Either that or a carbon star. It could be a couple of things.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Quite
a few correct voted for the spaghetti. Quite a few others. Jim voted for the spaghetti. MX Quattro, spaghetti. Al, spaghetti. Beatrice says, yeah, she thinks it is part of the Ghost Nebula.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that's a little part, like the kind of the cape that flows out or something,
Man. Yeah, you've got to really take a step back and look
Paul
at this
thinks,
picture
Paul thinks that spaghetti is really beautiful, but beginning the iris with that type of definition for sure, it is quite good.
I agree. I gotta agree with it because you know what? I've done the iris, and it is not an easy. I mean, don't get me
It
wrong.
is not.
Spaghetti's not easy either, but the iris with the dark nebula and the clouds and to pull out that definition, that was a lot of time and effort that was put into this picture.
Yeah. No, it is not dark nebulae are not easy. And dark nebulae, even with reflection nebulae like iris, they aren't easy. That's one reason why I love them so much, because because they're so challenging.
Yeah. So Scott, where's your vote?
Yeah, it's a tough call.
All right, Simon Cowell over here. Here we go.
I mean, I really do love the spaghetti.
Ernie
nebula,
boasts the
and
iris.
It's really easy to be attracted to that because it's so colorful, you know, and there's so much going on in there. But this is kind of like the opposite side of that, you know, where there's color, but there's not nearly as much color. But that's not what the focus is. It's all of that definition in the dark and the stars and all that. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful picture, this iris.
Yeah. I have to redo the iris project that I've been working on with the 91. And I'll share, so, you know, why I'm doing it, but you know, once we're done here. But yeah, I'm gonna need one of my biggest things is, you know, I really gotta dedicate the time to get as much data as possible, because you really need to spend a lot of time on these to get the nebulosity, these dust lanes and everything. You got to have a lot of integration time. You gotta.
Let me see that. Let me see the iris or the spaghetti nebula.
Spaghetti.
Again. Can you put it up, easy?
There you go.
Oh yeah. I can see why this was a tie.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a tough call, man. Jeez. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the spaghetti. I mean that iris is just phenomenal, I guess. But when you know, looking at it's so tough, guys. You make it so hard for us to decide.
Really
You know, I think I'm going to stay with the spaghetti. Just like looking at some of the stars on the corners are just kind of spreading out a little bit, and not but if I had to like pick between the two, you know, just because I mean they're both amazing, but then you know having to split those little hairs to make that final decision, you know, just some of the stars on the corners are looking a little elongated. But otherwise, that's beautiful. I've never image the iris. It's not, I can't get it from my house with the trees, but it is absolutely phenomenal. So
yeah, you know what I will say, I will say that Cepheus, the constellation Cepheus, has a lot, and I mean a lot, of dark dust lanes.
And it's interesting to say that, Eric, because if you take a look at Cepheus like a constellation, it basically looks like a stick figure house. And you know, and it looks like there's nothing in there, but it's so deceiving, because once you get in there, and for those of you that look at star charts and kind of go into Solarium and look at that, take a look. Eric's exactly right. Cepheus is filled with so much cool stuff, and it's one of the 5 circumpolar constellations from mid-northern hemispheres. So you know that's always up somewhere, along with what is it, Ursa Minor, Ursa Major, and I'm missing 2 other ones, Cassiopeia.
Isn't Cassiopeia?
Cassiopeia, and I'm missing one more. I forget what it is, but
maybe Andromeda.
I think you're right. It might be Andromeda.
Maybe Andromeda.
It might be Andromeda.
But I tell you, you can find so much dark nebulosity and so much dark nebulae in Cepheus. It's crazy. That's one reason why I could spend an entire year just hunting around stuff inside of Cepheus, and still not grab everything that I would want to get.
All right, so Scott, I'm done waiting.
I don't want to take away from either one of them, but I got to choose one. So I'm gonna go with the iris. But that doesn't take anything away with
No.
spaghetti. If it's 50-50, then it's 49-51. So
Yeah.
you know, the iris.
And just
I just
because
really think it was shot really well. Really, really.
I
pretty.
agree, and that's why my vote's for the iris as well.
So we got a tie again.
So now we gotta wait for Pete to log on to be the deciding vote because he's coming on. He's just running a little late. So I
Okay.
figured I'd pull it in pure American Idol or X Factor. You know, everyone goes to the last vote. So we're gonna go to the last vote, and we'll we'll throw it on Peter's lap since he's late. We did that last time too. So So we'll do that. So we'll wait for Pete to come on, and I just got to keep an eye out on the 5 up
to
and
both
see.
photographers, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, they were both awesome. I really liked the Spaghetti Nebula. I really did. But I know the iris. I've done the iris, and I know what kind of how treacherous that object is because you got that nice bright middle.
Deceiving.
Yeah.
It looks so deceiving, like, oh, it's just like M42.
Yeah, exactly.
M42 looks so deceiving, like, because it's probably one of the first objects someone who's getting into AP is going to target. But it is so deceiving because you've got you with the iris, you've got that dark nebulosity that's really hard to really bring that out. With M42, you've got the trapezium. You don't want to blow out the core because you want to see the trapezium, which is really a telltale sign of how well you've integrated and how well your exposures have been and how well you've done your data capture. It's not easy. That's why they say AP is probably one of, if not the toughest form of photography there is.
It is,
because there's so many things that can be so deceiving to you.
Agreed.
And you got to remember, all of this comes from all this light that we're gathering is millions of years old.
Billions and billions.
Millions of years old.
All right, mini-me.
So now I've not shot any dark nebula. I'm seeing a lot in the comments, and I've heard, that they're challenging, but never having shot one myself. Someday, maybe. What are those challenges? Just specifically. I'm sure, anybody that's not done them, myself included, would find those out right away. But like, what would you recommend as far as? What challenge is somebody going to face? Is it going to be in capture? Is it going to be in the processing, or a little bit of both? No.
Well, let me go, Eric. I know you've shot the most with the dark nebula, but I got to say one thing: don't shoot it in narrowband. That's it.
Okay.
Don't do it. But other than that, Eric, you've shot the most of. You did a really good image of the dark shark, and it's like one of the #1 videos on your channel. The dark, and it's not because of your image; it's because of your son. But but talk about the dark nebula and tell us your challenges that you've gotten into.
My one challenge is definitely integration time, because if you go too short on this, you're gonna miss so much, right? You're gonna miss so much if you don't give it its due on integration. And I've seen some of the better ones that I've even seen. You're pushing 25, maybe 30 plus hours of integration.
Would you do longer exposures, or would you do? If you're not using narrowband, you're not going to need to have the longer exposures.
Yeah.
So if you're not using it, you're not going to need the long exposures. But would you try to go for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes shots, and or even do less and
longer,
do a bunch of them?
Yes, I would do longer. I would personally
10.
I would start 5 men, 300 men, 300 minimum. But it also depends on your skies. Because if you have those higher number Bortle skies, then you're gonna overexpose.
Highest Bortle sky in the group right here.
There you go. So, but if you're in dark skies, I'm talking like B4 or lower, go for it. I mean,
Yeah.
you spend time in that sucker. If you can go 900, go 900. Something like that. It's that, and processing, it can be that post processing can be a challenge as well, because there's a lot in there, and you've got to really grab it and pull it out. You've got to really, really stretch that sucker and pull it out. So those are my thoughts on it. And that's one reason why I also want to try, and Pete just turned me on to this, was directly shooting Polaris wide view and doing the inverted flux nebula, where that has around Polaris, there is a lot of dust lanes, if you do an IFN shot of around Polaris. But yeah, that's my reasoning. It's tough. I mean, look, it's Jesse and Jesse.
Oh, look at that. We got the tale of two Jessies.
You didn't think I would catch that, did you, Dan? You guys,
so
quick.
Hey, listen, I'm doing pretty good tonight. Come on, give me a break.
I think I was Scott for a little bit. Was it before the show started?
No, you were
maybe?
Jason.
Oh, Jason. Oh, okay.
So you're still Jason, but I changed Peter to Jesse, and I forgot. But because I switched over, and we'll switch that right now. I'll tell you, I'll do it on the fly. All right. So Peter, let's see. Can we hear Peter? Can we hear him good?
Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I want to make sure.
Testing.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
I want to make sure that you're in.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. You're blasting though. Lower the volume of your mic a little bit.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Work-related delay.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, you're really blasting there. Bud.
I'm gonna lower you from here, Pete. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. Talk.
Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
There you go. That's better.
That'll work.
That's better.
I love this program. It's awesome. But so Pete, you are stuck again. There was a tie in the picture of the week.
Oh no! Don't put me on the spot.
You were late.
Oh yeah.
and it was 2-2. and you're the fifth vote.
Jesse, I'm going to pass it over to you, Jesse.
Jesse already voted.
She already voted.
I did, and it's so hard to vote. It is. Everybody makes it so hard to, because all the pictures are just amazing. So it's like you almost have to just split hairs to decide which is so good.
It is.
There you go. You got it now, Dan.
Yeah. Can we have a tie, or does it have to be a decision?
No, it has to be a decision.
Well, in all fairness, the rules state nothing about ties.
But okay, well then fine.
However,
one is going to end up being one. So if you have two here, then basically you're going to have five photos that are going to be up for
picture of the month.
Picture of the month.
Right,
correct.
Eric.
Now, if you want to do that, you can go for it.
No, Eric, you're absolutely valid. That is true. We have to just make a decision. So I'll have to definitely look at those two.
Let's rephrase this, Pete. You have to make the decision. We already made our decisions.
We already made ours.
Hey, I can't take the fifth, can I?
There is no abstaining from this.
You can't take it. It's not you're not taking it. It's given to you. You are the fifth, so you got to make a choice.
And you know what? This is the second time that this got thrown in Pete's lap again.
No, man. Oh, gracious me.
There goes my shaker.
I was going to say, it's not fourth and punt, right? I can't punt it, so I got to make a decision.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Dan? Paul brought up a really good. If we want to get Pete out of this, we're just gonna go. Like Paul says, we may have to do a coin flip.
You want to do a coin flip? You want to do a coin toss?
Do a virtual coin flip.
You want to do? I don't have. You know what? You know what? I will make a. Give me 2 seconds. I'll make a spinning wheel with 2 things on it.
Okay.
I'll make a spinning
Well, let
wheel
him
with.
vote. Let him look at the pictures and let him vote.
Okay, so here's. There's the spaghetti.
Ooh, Sirius 147. Look at that. Utah Desert Remote.
Yeah, that's Starks.
Yep. God,
You know,
that
there is one
gorgeous.
thing about this. There is one thing about this that sticks in my craw. It's a beautiful picture, but as a professional photographer, I always get weirded out when I see people's feet cut off, their hands cut off. You know, God forbid they cut their hair off. I know that they're limited in the scope. You know, it's not like they've got a telephoto on this, but it's just irking me that they cut off the top and bottom of this in the photo.
All right.
And then what's the iris? Can I take a look at the iris?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I was just
actually
playing
there.
around. I made it real quick.
Wow. Yeah,
If you're
you know
anything
what?
like me, Pete, you have to let this one kind of sit with you for a second.
I know. I tell you what, guys, I can't make a decision. I really can't because they're both very good.
All right, then. Now we go
Yep.
to the wheel then.
All right, so
Good deal.
Peter Switzerland, he abstains.
Yes, I'm saying.
And all right, so therefore we go to the luck of the draw. We'll do the famous spinning of the wheel. All right, and you guys can see that, right? You see the live feed, right?
Yep, we see it.
All right, so you ready? No
Yep.
whammies, no whammies. Here we go. And it's the Spaghetti Nebula.
There it is.
Spaghetti wins.
Yep,
As a matter of fact, I think we should do this when there's ever a tie.
You know, you got a good point there, Dan. I'll take that.
You don't want to be third time's a
You
charm.
don't want to be in part. You don't want to be a part of it.
Third time's a charm, Pete. Come on, you can do it. So Spaghetti Nebula is the
my
winner.
gosh.
Congratulations to, I believe, Craig. So nice job with that. Great job. There you go. Very tough. Very tough decision. That was really, really tough.
It is.
But
It was. But
we
I
got
would
the
love to
qual.
also
I gotta say
know
the quality of the pictures that we've gotten over the past 6 or 7 weeks we've been doing this.
Yeah.
You guys are outstanding. And when I say guys, please, for the females out there, when I say guys, it's a general thing. It's just the New York in me. That's the way I talk. You use guys. I mean, that's what it is. So it's don't take offense when I say hi, guys. You know, it's just
all y'all.
Yeah,
Just all y'all.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You know, hi, y'all. That's what I'll do.
All
But,
y'all. That's plural for y'all.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm in Southern Delaware.
Y'all's
you know?
awesome. Y'all's awesome. So great job. Congratulations to the
You
Spaghetti
guys is
Nebula, Craig and Dave. Thanks for making it hard on us. So,
Yeah, no kidding. Dave, I want to know what was his integration time? Does he have any details? I'd love to know.
well, that's something I want to talk about a little bit because with the images when you input them, please put or email me your stats for your picture, so I can put that in as a caption to the picture so people can look at it. You know, I think there's something to be said for a picture that takes 18 hours and a picture that takes an hour and a half in Border 1, that even though the Border 1 probably looks awesome definition, do we want to vote for the Border 1 with the 1 hour or the 18 hours in a tougher sky? So
you know what? You know, I don't know if that makes much of a difference.
I think it makes a huge difference.
I don't know. It just depends.
But when it comes down to those tiebreaker things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's nice to
So
have.
what you're
just
saying
kinda,
is if I finally ever make it to New Mexico and we have a contest, because I'll be like in Bordeaux 2 skies, I'll be handicapped.
Well, who? Wait, what do you mean you'll be handicapped?
Because yeah,
What?
because you'll have so much longer integration time versus my 3 hours, or something like that. I'm
I'll
just
tell
saying.
you, it's you know what, and somebody brought up the picture of the month. So for those of you that are watching, the picture of the month nominees for the month of March are on the website now. Voting can occur as we speak right now at astroworldweb.com. You have, I believe it's 12 days. We're gonna do it on the 15th of the month, and we're gonna say it on that Friday, and that'll be the first image for the March, I guess,
For a new
the
calendar.
AstroWorld centerfold for pictures, so for March.
Mr. DeVille.
But we'll but we'll also put on the calendar. We will put, if the dates are available on the calendar, we'll put new moons, full moons. We'll put the phase of the moon, the number 4, the four major phases. We'll put that on. We'll put any major asteroid. I'm sorry. The hell am I talking about? Any major astronomical events we'll throw on there. So it'll all be a calendar filled with stuff that's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
Dan, I just had an idea. We had mentioned several shows ago that what would we do for like January, because you just started doing this. February? So maybe we could take all of our, when we have our ties, take that second place one on our days that we tie, and kind of pull them together at the end of the year for that January picture of the month, or something, just kind of to give that extra one that we didn't have, or something like that.
yeah, so we have two, to your point. We have the January, February that are not filled. So I think the January, February will be like honorable mentions, let's say.
Okay.
And we'll do that. That's a great idea, Jesse. That's I think I take them all and throw them in there. And because I save all the winners, the weekly winners, I save them all. I'll throw them all, and everybody can vote, and that's it. Hopefully, we'll get a couple hundred votes by that, because there's gonna be a lot of pictures. Everyone's gonna get one vote, and Pete's gonna have to pick it again. So
here's something, because Dan, hey guys, David just replied back. He was basically saying it was a crap load of 1 minute exposures at a B7, under a B7
Springfield, Massachusetts. Oh, Virginia.
So he says probably over 3 straight nights. So this is what I was talking about. When you're dealing with these higher Bordeaux skies, you have to have shorter exposures, but you've got to have so many of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's to do the same thing, right? So over 3 nights, of 60-second exposures, that's a lot of data.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it. It's
and to keep it so you can make sure that you're not overexposing. So when you're at a Bordeaux 7, and you really have no choice but to keep it around 60 seconds or so, because if you hit that 2 minute mark, you could very well overshot it. So
I'll show you real quick. When it comes up, I'll show you. I actually stacked my first light on M81, M82 with the Red Cat. And you guys can talk for a little while. I'm playing around here, but that's I'm gonna grab it real quick. And I didn't even do it. I didn't do any processing with it at all yet, but I just wanted to see.
Okay. Let me see something here. Oh, that's still going. Oh, is it?
Here you go. There you go. I got it. So here you go. Here is M81, M82 only calibrated. Nothing fully raw. Okay. Oh.
Nice, Dan.
Very nice.
So that is just a raw image, and take a guess how long this was.
2 minutes,
guys.
Well, total integration from Bortle 8, total integration.
I'm thinking you probably did 60-second shots, or maybe less. I'm thinking you put in a lot of time in this, man. Excuse me.
Take a look. He's put a lot of time in, because take a look at the other satellite galaxies that are in the photo.
Yeah, you
At
can
the
see the
top
other satellites. Yep.
bottom, so
you
got
put in
some
a lot of.
integration.
Yep, and above. Yep. So you
look at
got
that.
one at basically at like 11 o'clock, and the one lower at about 7.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so because you guys probably aren't going to believe me, so I'm going to go into the Fitz header. All right. Okay.
So are these the average time for the exposures? Each exposure, Dan, is what the question is?
No, total integration and each exposure.
Total
That's
integration,
okay. So total integration, everyone's saying hours and hours, right? So here's my exposure time right here. 2 minutes.
So 2 minutes. Okay, so 2-minute exposures.
Okay, and total images stacked.
30? 30.
This is 1 hour.
And what filter?
This is the L Pro with the red cat.
The red cat. So it's a one-shot color then.
Yep, 183.
Yeah, one-shot color, man. That's see, that's amazing. Look at that. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to sit there and think, "Holy God, is that a monochrome or is that going to be a one-shot color?"
Yep. Well, you can definitely show. You can see the green over here. You can see that. You can definitely see the Bayer matrix showing up. But you know what the funny thing is? Check this out. So when I just go into where's the process? Yes, I still do all processes because I don't know where anything is. DBE. There we go. So actually, let me load up my icons real quick. Load. Open recent. I hate when that happens. Open. Come on. Stop that. Icon, color template. Where'd it go? Where are they? Oh, there they are. They're hiding. Why are they all the way over there? Go over here. Okay, so when you just go under DBE, and I don't like ABE, I just do DBE. So DBE, we'll just do a real quick subtraction. And then we'll generate everything, right?
Yep.
We'll get this, I'll move this out of the way a little bit. I'll move this out of the way. I get rid of some of this green over here, over here, maybe one over here, one over there. And we'll move this one down here a little bit. I'll give the galaxy a little space. And we'll just do it. And this is without really, I had another one over there. And I don't like that green. But you know what? I'm really doing this deliberate. I'm not really doing any thinking about it. So we'll just do it. And let's see what we got. We'll do a controlled stretch. There you go. Still got a little bit green on this side. Could probably do it again. If you take a look at the you can see there's still a lot of green to let go. So I could probably do a little bit more over here.
So when you're doing the DBE and you're doing the subtraction for your correction. Now I've played around with the subtraction and the division, I guess, and I looked at them side by side before I made my decision. And honestly, like looking at them, they don't seem to make a difference like right at this point. Is it something that would make a difference later on in the processing? Honestly, I do it because that's what I'm supposed to do. But at the end of the day, I really don't know what the process is actually doing to my photograph. Though,
well, the vision really has to do with gradient.
Okay.
So if you, especially with one-shot color. So what I would do is, see what I just did? I just pulled this triangle down over here.
Yep.
So I want to save these spots that I kind of did, and we'll just do it all over again. And I want these spots again. I think these work. Maybe I'll add another one over there. You know, I think these spots work. Now, if you're doing division and subtraction, you should do division first.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So then we're going to grab division and we're just going to apply it. Okay. And here's your integration right here. And again, we'll do a controlled boosted stretch. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sit there and you're going to get out of this, right? And get out of this. We'll just, again, for fun. Come on, delete that. Oh, come on, man.
I think you got to kill your DBE.
Yeah, I know. I think I just, oh, it's over here. I'm sorry. I thought I did. It's hidden. There we go. So you could just kill the DBE.
So you say division is for cheaters.
Division's not for cheaters. All right.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. Like I said, I do what I know I'm supposed to do one or the other, and I've done them, and I've put them side by side, and like just zoomed in. I'm like, well.
All right. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up this process again, right? And there are your spots again, same spots that you used for division, but now you're changing it to subtraction.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're doing division, you're gonna do both.
You can do both. You really want to look at your picture and judge what does a better job.
Okay.
And then you would apply that. Now with narrowband, it's a different story.
Okay.
You're only going to do subtraction with narrowband.
Okay. Yeah, which is kind of where I've been. Like I said, I've only a couple photos in on that one. And I've got my one-shot color just sitting and waiting for a clear sky right now. But okay.
So here's your DB without the division.
Mm-hmm.
And here's your DB with the division. Now I see a lot more green on this side than I do on this side.
No, over the other side. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the division did its job to get that gradient out of there.
Okay.
Now, if I sit there and I do it just a regular stretch, you're not going to see it as much.
Mm-hmm.
I do a boosted stretch so I can see what's going on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I've done the subtraction, I've done the division, but I've never done the division and then the subtraction. So I'm interested to try that.
Yeah. So there you go. So
now, how much time are you going to try and get on those two?
Well, again, this was first light on that red cat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm going to try and do a full night on that, at least get a good 6-7 hours, and just let it run. And see, I really want to get I want to bring out the color. The star color will be there, but the galaxy color is going to take a little bit. So that being said, I mean, I'm really interested to see what kind of definition I'm going to be, because in 1 hour I was able to pull those dust lanes out of bodes. You know, I was able to pull it. I was able to see the slash in the cigar galaxy in M82. So I was able to see that. What game was I using? I was using 111.
Okay, so Unity.
Yep. Is it possible to create synthetic flats with Pixinsight? Yes, it is possible to do that. And if you go to Masters of Pixinsight for a free quick tip, there's actually a video for free about doing just that thing. And it works. I've tried it. It works. You just got to get the masking down. You just got to get the mask, because the gray in the background, you got to get the exact same shade of gray. So you got to clone stamp it and kind of play around with it. But it's really, Pete Proul from Masters of Pixinsight did an outstanding job with this video. Check it out at mastersofpixinsight.com, and it's a free video. So go check it out.
And you did that with the 183 MC,
that is a 183
correct?
MC, yes, with the L Pro.
Very cool.
Yeah. So again, that's 1 hour in my crud skies.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I can't wait to put some more into it.
Now, I have something to share, and we were talking about this earlier, Dan. I'll put this out to us, and you were and Simon he popped in and made some comments as well. So one thing that's been going on with me is I've been using this new William Optics FLT 91 Fluorostar 91, and I have been working on I've been working on my Iris nebula project. This is the first project I'm doing, or one of the first projects I've been doing with the 91 refractor. And we talked about earlier on Wednesday, looking at my stars, how, on one side, how they looked elongated.
Yeah.
Right.
Pete's going to ding in on this one.
Yeah. So Pete can hop in on this one as well. So I'm going to, so I downloaded CCD Inspector, just the 30-day trial, so I can take a look at this. And if I can, I will share with you guys what I've come up with so far. So let me do that here. Okay, so CCD Inspector. Take a look at this. This right there.
30. What does it say? 37?
37% tilt with a refractor. Everything is screwed in. There's no compression or anything like that. It's 37% on. This was on the one of my luminance images, and then another one. If I'm not mistaken, another
40.
one of the luminance. It was at 40. So you can see all this. So
and what's
it's
the
all
curvature on that one?
I'm sorry?
What's the curvature on them both?
38.5. And this one was at 33. So just around. So in the high, 33 percentile.
Are they the same target at about the same time?
I'm sorry. One of these was a single stack, and then one of these was the actual final image, the actual stacked image.
Okay, so
this was the stacked image.
The first thing, and Pete,
and this is just one of the. This is just one of the images.
You should always do this on a raw image. You should never do it really on a stacked image. Is not going to kind of help you out at all.
So
but
here's one of the raw images.
The same image at about the same time when you're doing this. And I said this, and Pete, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been wrong before. I don't want, I don't mind being wrong, but you should really look at your curvature first before you start to worry about the tilt, because if your curvature is off because of spacing, it's if you're further or closer away, you see that like, I don't even know what color it is, the orange, whatever, the pink kind of thing.
Pink?
That's going to start to go away once you kind of get your curvature centered. And that also affects your tilt. That it doesn't affect your tilt number, but it gets you to the correct tilt.
Okay.
Go ahead, Pete. Hold on, Pete. I lost your audio. Hold on a second. That might have been me. Hold on a second. Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
So that was first.
Eric, what's the vocal ratio?
540.
No, that's the vocal length. The vocal ratio is like an F2, F2.8.
It's a F5, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's F5. Sorry.
Yep. So once again, what your critical focus zone is going to be the vocal ratio squared times 2.2, and that'll tell you in microns what it is. And usually, 5, 6, you've got a little bit of play. So your critical focus zone isn't going to be all that critical as compared to, say, like an F2 or an F3. So typically you're allowed like plus or minus 1 millimeter on your back focus spacing. So you may want to just double check to make sure you're pretty close on that. Like as Dan says, take a look at your curvature first.
Okay.
And then remember we were talking a couple of weeks ago about tilt. Remember we were saying is that up to about 20%, you're not going to really see tilt. But when you get up between, say, 25%, to 30, that's when you're going to start to notice it. And you're right. You can see it now, and it's on that one side of the edge that you're looking at.
Yes. And
so quick question. Go
F
back through
5.9.
on your back and just make sure you're within plus or minus 1 millimeter for your back focus calculations.
Okay.
Yeah, because especially when you got that, I know, Eric, you got the that adjustable flattener.
That adjustable flattener. Yes.
And what you need to do is, because it's tough when you're doing this at night and you're doing adjusted, you don't really know. You can't see a 0.5 millimeter. You can't see a 0.5 millimeter on the adjustable flattener in the daytime because it's so the notch marks are so close that it's kind of like tough. So the first thing what I did to get my curvature down first was I literally took about a half an hour, and I would take a picture. I would run outside. I would take a picture. I would move my flattener a little bit.
Okay.
And I would take a picture. I'd put it into CCD and see if the number went up or down. And same thing. It was just a matter of sitting there and getting that correct spacing. And then once I got that correct spacing, all of a sudden my collimation number dropped to like 0.4. My tilt dropped to under 1. So, the collimation isn't necessarily, it all works on algorithms. So if your collimation and your curvature is out, it could think that your tilt is off.
Okay.
They all affect one or the other. Because as you're moving that lens, that flattener lens in and out, it's going to affect a couple of things. It's going to affect where your chip is in distance to your lens, which if you're off, and you know what, if you kind of ratchet down your flattener, I don't want this thing to move, and you ratchet it down, that could affect a lot of things if you do it too tight.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I
So
wanted to
something
put
like
together-
this, when I was looking at, I don't mean to cut you off here. So question here. So I'm looking at this, and right now my curvature is at 33%. So does that tell me that my spacing has to be, according to the William Optics, it says it has to be 5 millimeters. So is this 33% telling me that I am too shallow, or am I too? Does it give you an idea?
You're not going to know
Or is
until
it
you
just
look at
trial
the
and error?
picture. You got to look at the picture.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like a negative 33 and a positive 33, whether you're closer or further away. It's just saying 33% in general. So basically, you got to look at the picture, which way the stars are moving. If the stars are moving, I think if they're moving in a circular motion, it's further away, and if they're moving in, it's further. It's too close. So the Altai Astro has a really good picture on what to look for with the flattener and what the stars look like if you're too close or too far.
Okay.
So this is the one thing about William Optics is that I've only put together one William Optics system, and that was like a 132. But that particular flattener that they have, that's the variable flattener, right?
Yep.
Yes.
They use that for the 71, the 81, and also I think the 132, right? So is it? So what you do then is you just kind of move it, but is it a set is it like a 56 millimeter or 55 millimeter back focus length?
No.
It's completely it's different.
It is in a way where it tells you, okay, because William has it set, so he says, all right, set the
it'll tell you the millimeters of what to set the flattener.
Of what to set the flattener to, and then you add up, and then so basically then it's 55. Then from there it's 55 millimeters from there.
Yeah, but that's only based on their scopes. If you take a William Optics adjustable flattener and throw it on an Explore Scientific,
it could be
ball game's over. I mean, you can't use those numbers.
Right.
Yeah, you see, I'm so used to putting Officina Stellari, putting the Takahashis where they actually on their flatteners they have like their reducers is like a 72.2 millimeters. So that's a great standard that exactly now what you're going to deal with, instead of having this particular variable. So I think that what Williams is trying to do then is to be able to say, hey, look, somebody can just buy one flattener and he can use it for a multitude
That's exactly
of
what
different
Exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's basically that's what he's saying is, and that's basically what the marketing is like, because I could use the FLT 91 with the ZS 126 or the FLT 132 or the 156. So there's many, so I can use it with different William Optic scopes. This one flattener.
Okay.
So that's one thing that they're saying. Yeah, buy one flattener for all. You know,
Yeah.
like they say, there's only one.
But be prepared to take flats for everything. So
Tell you what, though, this is the crazy thing with PlaneWave, right? You know, you got like the CDK 12.5 all the way up to 20. But if you buy their reducer now, this is the one weakness with PlaneWave is that you're only really allowed, I mean, literally 46 millimeters of back focus. 46 millimeters is nothing when you start to put things in the optical train. So I always get these calls that people are saying, well, hey, you know what? I want to get the reducer. I'm going to say, hey, look, you might want to think about this because believe me, this is the one weakness with the PlaneWaves. And PlaneWave knows that it is a weakness because you can't put like an OAG and then have a particular camera because you just don't have enough back focus to be able to incorporate that. But it's interesting is that when we start looking at, you know, I've always said, hey, get the flattener that gives you as like the Celestra. What is it, like a 146 millimeters?
Yeah, for the edges. Yeah, for the edge. Yeah.
Optical train.
Yeah, well, 146. 146 you need because their OAG takes up like 45. So I mean, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I got to throw a thank you to Mike G, who became our next sponsor member. So thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Now, Mike moved to Patreon. Now, Mike. No, but
no, that means he's a Bruin fan too.
Nah, no Bruins. Hey, I don't even know. Anyone know the score of the Islander game? They were beating the Rangers 1-0. Killing me.
You know, for us, this is it. April gets started. This is it, Dan. This is what we live for the next 3 months.
Oh no! I'm golfing. My season's over.
He doesn't have anything to do, so he's going to be golfing.
3-0 Islanders. 5 minutes left. There you go. So,
Scott, did you want to put those gaskets in?
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah. You know, the not only did I work on the gaskets, I got that stuff, but the other ones that disappeared in the mail somewhere finally showed up.
So now you have extra gaskets.
From famine to feast.
Oh my God! So now what?
I've got like 4 or 5 extras.
There you go. Because you know those things go. You'll use them. Hey, well, at least you got them.
You want to see the first light that I had on the Celestron?
Wait, you got first light?
Absolutely. Are you
got first light?
We've been waiting for a while for this.
Dude, we've been on the show an hour and 22 minutes, and you're just telling us now that you got the freaking first light. We've been waiting for this since like COVID started. I mean,
I shipped that to you last year. No, 2 years ago.
2 years.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Back in New York.
Bring it on, brother. Let's go.
Absolutely.
This is only one image.
One image.
300 seconds.
You're full screen. You got the whole show, man.
Hold on. I just need to figure out how to. Here we go.
Drum roll.
Come on.
And Scott's internet just went.
Did it really?
No, it didn't. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to get to where this is here. Hold on, share. I don't know why it's not letting me share.
You're kidding.
Oh God, man! You had all that anticipation, man.
Share. It won't let me share the screen, Daniel.
I don't know what to tell you.
Can you? Is it a fifth format in the spot?
It's in Pixinsight, yeah.
You should be able to share. You share.
Maybe we can email it.
Eric was able to share, so it's not locked.
Yeah. It's not locked. Okay.
You're on a Mac, aren't you?
Yeah.
There you go. Yes. No, just email it to me. I'll put it up.
I don't know why. Windows, Chrome. Wait a minute. Entire screen. That's what we want. The entire screen. It won't let me share.
Just email it to me. We'll put it up.
Just email it. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know.
It's too bad because I got it right here.
That's okay. You email it to me. It'll take 2 seconds. It's like super mail.
Hold on. I'm doing it right now.
All right.
So what was the target, Scott?
M81.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
With a 14-inch, that should look nice. There's some good magnification on that.
Oh yeah. Rock and roll.
This was the one that Tegan, when he first saw it, he was really like crazy over the moon. Like, this is going to be an insane setup.
Oh, so this is in first light from. This is first light from New York.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not first light since you moved down there. Oh, see what a tease.
Oh, okay.
What a tease.
I've seen this picture already. This is not.
Oh man, I tell you,
I have not seen it. So I would like to see this. So I'm all excited now.
Well, where did you send it to, Scott?
It's just one 5-minute shot.
Where did you send it to,
And
Scott?
that's the point. It's 1 5-minute shot.
I
Wait
got
until
it.
you see it.
So where?
There's something to be said for what you can do sometimes. Like I love seeing these shots with the hours and hours because they do bring out so much more in them. But it's kind of nice sometimes seeing what people can do with single shots. So,
What email did you send that to, Scott?
HRado.
At Gmail?
Yeah.
All right. I'm waiting for it. When it comes up, I'll get it. But, might take a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I think it might be clear skies in Delaware on Sunday night. So I'm excited for that. I have not.
I'm getting, I'm getting tea. You know what? Illinois weather's just been a tease. And I'm not, for me, it's just been done. So I've given up. I've lost out on a new moon. So, which is really.
Here you go. So 11 o'clock at night, you see all that nice, you can't really see it too well, but all nice and dark blue up there, right? Nice and dark blue. Yeah. 21-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah. Yep.
Not
that's
happening.
where I am too, Dan. These winds are, they're, yeah.
Yeah. Put a red cat on that.
Yeah.
The whole damn thing will blow up.
Yeah.
So quick question.
Well, one thing I can say today is I'll probably be able to work on the tilt on this curvature issue.
Yeah, do the curvature first and then work from there.
Yeah. So quick question to ask everybody here. Like Dan Solo said that the Z61 is that 112.9 millimeters of back focus?
No, spacing on on that flattener
on the adjustable flattener.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the adjustable flattener, he has to roll it back 12.5 millimeter.
So it's 12.9. So then
it's almost 13.
See, I'm trying to conceptualize here how Williams does this, because let's say I'm so used to having a set back focus. So if the camera, the filter wheel, and the OAG consume so much of that set back focus, do you not subtract that from what William Optics has on their flattener?
I don't.
So if it's a variable.
I get what you say, but he's doing the math for you already to say what you need to set this flattener out for each individual scope.
Okay, so what I'm trying to get at then is I still don't understand this thought process with the William Optics flattener. If he says that you have to adjust it and it's at 12.9, am I understanding it's only 12.9 is what I've got to play with for total back focus?
No.
Meaning that
Here, let me share my screen with you.
You got the graphic.
Yeah. So let me share my screen with you here real quick.
See, that's kind of confusing. It's kind of odd.
I'll make Eric bigger. There you go.
So here's my flattener. Okay, this is just a straight 1x flattener. So it's basically here. It was telling me like for the FLT 90 for the FLT 120, you have to adjust this. It has a backspace where if I scroll this, you can adjust this dial down to, and it has numbers on it, so you can adjust it down to this. You can adjust it to this 10.7. Mine was 5mm. So you have that, and then on top of that, you have your back focus. So that's one thing I need to understand here, is because this doesn't make sense to me. Because if I'm looking here at 5mm, and this is saying 75mm back focus, then I'm way off then. So that's why I need to play around with mine. But if you look at the 132, it's saying you have to space this out 7.7, and then your total back focus is 62.7.
Hold on a second.
That's 55mm.
This here,
7.7 is minus 55.
Yeah, but hold on a second, Eric. This top right-hand quadrant is the distance for fixed cameras. This is for fixed cameras with a T-ring that have set at 55mm. Okay? So this is saying for the FLT91, you got to have 5mm on the flattener, plus your T-ring and a DSLR or mirrorless camera, not a ZWO, not a QHY, not any other camera. Now, the back focus on the bottom left is what you should be looking at. So if you got the FLT91, you should have at 0 on here on the flattener. You should be at 75mm from the back of the flattener. Okay, so if you have your flattener at 10,
I have to throw in another 20mm.
Well, if you have the flattener at 10, you need another 65mm of back focus.
So I'm gonna have to play around with this. Like I said.
Yeah, so it looks like you have a lot of a lot. I don't know where you're at right now.
Yeah, it's saying I got 20mm of back focus.
So you have what do you have on there now as far as back focus with all your accessories and everything?
I've got the spacing at 5. So I got the spacing at 5.
Okay.
Then I've got my 55mm. So that's 60. So
you need another 15mm.
So I'm going to give it a shot.
Hold on. I lost Pete. I lost your volume. I'm sorry. Let me see. I got to fix this out. There you go. You're going out live. It's just I'm not hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, that's exactly what it is, because I was thinking something just doesn't add up here. But now the way that it's been defined, because you're right, the bottom left is the total back focus required.
Correct.
Yep.
So depending on the scope you have, you're going to need either more or less back focus because of the aperture and the f-stop.
Right.
So that being said, your FLT91 needs 75mm.
Millimeter back focus.
Total back focus.
Total back focus. Correct. So if you have the flattener at 5, you need 70.
So so if I put this back at 0, then I need 75 total.
Correct.
Yep.
Gotcha. That's what I'm saying.
You'll be off to the races, Eric.
Now, once you do that, then take another, picture, throw it into CCD Inspector, and then tweak it and see. Okay, you may find that your curvature may be, as opposed to what were you at before? You were at, what were you at before? Like 30?
I was at 33.
Yeah. So you may find out that you're at 16. And that so you're a little bit closer, but maybe you need another millimeter, and that'll get you in the single digits.
Right. Okay.
And then once you get that down to single digits, then you start screwing with the tilt and say, all right, hey, my curvature is good to go. Let me see what I got to do to get this tilt down. Do I need a tilt plate? Do I not?
And Dan, take a look at the image circle. The image circle is going to definitely be just predicated for full frame sensor. Look at it; it's what 44.3 or whatever.
Yep, I saw in the 40s.
You definitely got to have full frame, because once again, from diagonal, you're looking at a 43mm on the full frame sensor. So that's definitely a full frame sensor application. But that's the thing about William Optics; it's so confusing the way that he's got it defined like that, I can see why people get a little bit, squirrely, because there's just a set total back focus required, and then everything else consumes that you're putting into that optical train. Everything else consumes a percentage of that total back focus.
Right.
Tarek came back. He's saying hi.
Hey. So with this, if I'll go back here. All right. So either I push this back to 20 millimeters, adjust this down to 20 millimeters, if it can go that far. Or
I think it can go to 25, if I remember right.
Yeah, I have to double check. And you
but here's the thing with that, Eric. I would tell you to get as much long spacers as you can without extending.
Yeah.
You want minimal extension on the flattener. I would say 5 millimeters, maybe up to 10, somewhere less than 10 millimeters. You just want it to tweak it. You don't want to if you get a 40 millimeter spacer that you can slap on there, that's a single tube, then do that. I wouldn't sit there and say, okay, you know what? Well, you know what? I'm not going to buy the spacers, and I know I could go to 25, so I got to pull this sucker out all the way. There you go. Don't make me.
I got a bag full of them.
Don't make me pulling out my closet of death over here now, because you're making me jealous.
You name it, I got it.
And I tell you, Dan, this brings up another good point that we should be talking about when it comes to spacers, because everybody says, well, if I can order precise parts, they're so expensive. But you have to look at the fact that if you've got multiple spacers, you're going to have the weight of the camera at the back of that spacer. You're going to get flexure, right? You're going to get it kind of, bending. If you can eliminate 5 or 4 or 3 adapters, where's the weak point? Is where they join together, right? If you can eliminate that down to maybe 1 or 2 spacers, you're a lot better off. And that's why the advantage is just go with the minimum amount of spacers that's required.
Yeah, it's literally if you could really sit there and take the time to get the right amount of even precise parts is great, because they'll sit there and say, you need this to this, and I need it 17 millimeters across, and they'll make it for you. Yeah, it's going to cost you $250, but you know what? You won't have to worry about it. The one thing that sucks about it is it takes a month, and God forbid you switch anything in your imaging train. You're going to get another precise parts for another $250, and you'll be like me, trying to sell these things and never going to have it.
Because think about the curvature.
You would actually be able to get rid of it. I'll tell you. I'm sorry, Pete.
Yeah, because what you've got is right. If you've got sag, now you're going to induce curvature on that one side, because you've got too much weaknesses with too many adapters. So that's the key, once again, is to be able to eliminate multiple adapters down to at least 1 or 2.
Yep.
If I need a bigger one, I got a bigger one.
Hey. Oh, dude, you're opening. You are opening up a big can of worms here. This is a G-rated show. Would you stop it?
I can keep going here. I got these over here. I got all kinds of.
Oh my God, Eric! All right.
Spaces. You want spaces? I got spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, you guys can actually get rid of yours. I would verify just to like. My box is not quite as big as your guys' boxes yet, but it's getting there. Like, I'd be afraid if I got rid of one. That would be the one I would need, like, about a month down the road.
And that's why
million years and
the Container Store closet of death. You never get rid of it. You never get rid of it.
No.
So the key to our viewer membership is, if you need precise parts, before you call Ashley, call Dan, because Dan might have the part.
Who needs Prima Luce spacers? I mean, who needs all these? I don't need all these. Wait, hold on. There's more. Hold on. There's more. There's plenty of more Prima Luce spacers. I have them all. You want 10, 20, 30 millimeters. It doesn't matter. They're in my closet of death. And why do I buy them? I don't know. I just have them. And I don't know why I buy these. I work in a telescope store. So I said, oh, shoot, I may need one of these. And I pick it up and I said, God damn it! They were in my closet at that the whole time, and now I got 3. What am I going to do? Return them? What am I going to do? Return? Hey Jeff, hey, can you take this back, please? I spent $20 on this piece. Can you take it back? No, he's not going to take it back. So it ends up in my box, and that's it.
And I'm labeling
So
mine. I know what they are.
what is that? What is that?
Labeling, so I know what they are.
Oh yeah, no. So there's
Before
no
I
such.
got a digital caliper, before I got a caliper, I could measure. I could never remember which one.
There's-
So it was like, is that 8? Is that 6? I don't know.
No, there's no such thing as digital labels. There's just things like empty boxes that you know that say M63 to M48, and there's nothing in there. It's probably this guy. Who knows? I have no idea.
No, mine's all in a saltwater taffy box, and I have no idea. It just,
Oh my! So Scott, I saw you flash it, and I saw you found out how to do the image share, I guess. So let's show Mr. Scott's picture here. Oh my! And that's 1 5-minute shot. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I gotta fix this. Go ahead. It's just me.
Yeah, that's terrible. That doesn't look anything like what I've got here.
What's with the halos around the stars, man? Were you in focus?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No, I'm just messing with you, dude. Look at the dust lanes. Look at how close to the detail you got in what?
I'm telling you.
What's this?
Yeah,
Is
that-
1 5-minute shot.
Yeah, that's 1 5-minute shot. But believe me when I tell you, it looks a whole heck of a lot better than that, on my computer.
I'm sure it does. So send it to me, and I can put it in there.
I did.
I'm still waiting for it. So
Hey, Dan, quick
Yeah.
question. Do we have a Discord channel for classifieds where we could sell precise parts that if we don't need them, maybe we could just, because I'm sure viewer membership has got a lot of precise parts or parts that they are adapters that, you know what? It might be something we could just kind of keep within the community amongst ourselves.
yes, we do. Thank you.
Ah.
So when you go to the Discord channel, there's a buy and sell EU and a buy and sell USA. So feel free to go there. And if we've already had a number of members that sold other objects to other members. So I mean, it's a really cool place that you might get a deal. So go on the Discord channel and spread the love on the Discord channel. I would love to break 100 members in 30 days. That'd be nice.
Hey, you know what though? Let's ask the membership, because the best source of referrals is membership. Spreading the word. What can we do to incentivize to be able to say, hey, membership, pass the word around to your friends, to your neighbors, people who actually are in the same hobby that you're doing, that we could get 100 members viewing on Wednesdays and Fridays. If we could average that would be incredible.
Yeah, we're already halfway
Really?
there. I mean, we're averaging about 45 per show that just come on and hang out. And we're averaging, and in all fairness, just because I'm watching, I don't expect a lot of people on the live show, but let me tell you, our live shows get 500 views.
Wow.
And
that's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really grown quite a bit. And it's I don't know, it's pretty awesome, I think. I love it. But
yeah.
Share. Sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. So share.
Exactly.
Share.
Yep. That is so true,
if
Eric.
one of these Friday nights, guys, all of a sudden our viewership just shoots up to 100, not that I think that'll happen. I have not told my students where I am on the internet yet, but they are slowly closing in on me. Yeah, they're closing in, and I've told them, I was like, guys, I'm the new girl on the block here, so I'm like, I am not telling you, because I teach freshmen and they can be a little bit of a loose cannon sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So one of these times they're gonna find me. They actually did find. I don't even know how they figured out, but one of them did on Monday. We're using computers in school, and they had a video of Scott Roberts, and they're like, "When do you get on our set?" Oh, is that me?
No, it's
No,
not
that's
playing Jaws.
Yes, something like that.
Closing in on you.
They
Oh,
are.
my.
They're closing in. So these kids, if they could put that energy and effort into everything they did, they would be unstoppable. So it's only a matter of time before there's a bunch of freshmen on.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I
Scott,
mean, but hey,
Dan, you know, Dan, like we
What's that?
talked today, I think a lot of our viewer membership is going to be tuning in to the guests that we have coming on. I mean, we've got some phenomenal guests that are going to be upcoming, and I mean, we're going to be adding to it.
Yeah.
And anything that you've got in terms of questions, believe me, we're going to have some phenomenal guests that will answer a lot of your questions. And so we don't truly want to steal any of their thunder, but believe me, there's some pretty interesting guests coming on board here.
Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, we went over it before. We also picked up Gaston, which I didn't even talk about, which is going to be. I'm looking really forward to it because this is about a subject that I know goose egg about nothing.
Who is this?
This is Gaston. He's Innovations Information. Is that what it is, Pete?
Innovations Foresight.
Innovations Foresight. It's about on-axis guiders as opposed to off-axis guiders. And I'm not sure how it works. And Pete, if you want to give a quick go over on what to expect, because I don't know if any of us know much about it, except for what we read about it. But
what it is it separates the visible light from the infrared light. So in other words, the infrared light gets reflected up into your guide camera, and then the visible light will actually go through to your primary camera. And so literally it allows you to do a little bit more accurate tracking with your ONAG. So Gaston is wanting to be on the show, and I'm kind of glad that we finally got him to respond to you, Dan. But he'll be a wealth of information. I mean, it really is something, because it's a topic that a lot of people don't know anything about, because it is just a very rarity. There's not that many people that really do incorporate ONAG on their optical systems.
No, because it's definitely really rare, at least in the United States. It is. It's something that's really kind of like a hidden jewel, kind of in there. And if for everybody that's sitting there, and I'll talk a little bit about this in a second regarding higher end mounts. I want to bring up a little something in a second, but let me tell you, this on-axis guiding, if it works as well as Pete is saying, and the accuracy and all that, I'd love to see it in work, because I don't know much about it. I've never even seen one, to be honest with you. Never even heard of on-axis guiding before Pete said it to me. I said, yeah, I saw ONAG. I thought it was a typo. So I thought somebody messed up their website. So I was like, you know what? I didn't even read it. But let me tell you, actually, Dan K wants to know about how much is it for an on-axis guider on average.
Well, he's got two types. I think there's the XM, which is the expensive one, and then he has one underneath that, and it averages around about $800 to about $900. And typically, then you'll just need to be able to get a ZWO. I think it's a 2600 camera or something like that.
2600.
I think that's kind of what something like that. You definitely need to get a larger size camera to use, like a ZWO camera for your guide camera. But as I said, we'll definitely wait.
So you're going to need a 2600 for your guide camera?
Yeah, something along those lines.
That's an APS-C guide camera. That's huge.
Exactly. It's definitely an APS-C, because that's what you need to be able to pull in all that IR wavelength that's coming in. So it's really, really an interesting. I mean, like, until about 2 years ago, I didn't know that much about it. I put together one about 4 months ago. And I've got this thing here that I'm going to be playing with it over this weekend, but it's interesting concept. And so I figured it'd be kind of nice to have him on so that he can kind of talk to us and literally put it in layman's terms. I mean, the software that goes with it is just an amazing software as well. So we'll wait till he comes on, and we'll definitely be able to pick his brain.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. That's going to be very, very cool.
And when is he on?
What is that? That's Gaston. We didn't get a date yet. But did we get a date? No, we did get a date. I'm sorry, we did get a date. Hold on a second. I'll tell you right now. I think it's a late May, if I remember right.
I just like I've been trying to do better at keeping an eye on the chat here. Tarek was like, yeah, this channel will drain my budget easily. Yes. I'm feeling that as well.
April, I'm
not
sorry,
gonna cost-
April
it's-
29th. April 29th, Gaston will be here.
Nice.
Yeah, you believe me, you'll be able to get in if you're interested in ONAG, you'll be able to get into an ONAG for $1,200 to $1,300. It's a little more expensive than say your typical OAG, but as I said, let's just kind of listen to what he has to say because it is an amazing technology. It's radically different, but it makes a lot of sense.
So that's the price for just the ONAG, not the camera. That's just
the guider. Yep.
Yeah,
So
between
just
that
the
and
you look at
the full frame camera. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of an investment. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a $3,000 investment for a guide setup. You know, if you think about it, you know, the 2600s, 2,000, and then another 1,000 for the guider. So it's expensive, but you know what?
It's you know what though, it's not just specifically the 2600. It's just an APS-C sensor is what you're going to need. It's not going to be your typical guide camera sensor.
Yeah.
So it's an APS-C sensor that you need. So you can get the cheapest APS-C sensor that you get, and that'll suffice.
Okay. There you go. You need to glance.
Yo, I'm just happy I finally got my Evo guide off that little stock. So
yeah, that thing is horrible.
Okay.
There you go.
It is off there. There it
you
is.
go.
It is off there. And it's actually living, if you can see it. Yay. So now we got to figure out here how to get my Pi attached to it. So that's gonna be my question for you guys tonight. Like, what are you guys using for attaching? Like right now, like up till this point, I've had like a whole different setup. I'll have to show you what I had and what I've got because again, this is actually attached now. Yay! Instead of that little wiggly stalk. But to get my Raspberry Pi attached to it and my power box attached to it, I need some kind of like little brackets or something. I mean,
which power box do you have?
I have the power box Advance.
Okay, so the Advance do sell. There are brackets that you could buy for the Advance.
I've seen the brackets, and they are not. It is just a little bit too wide for the risers that I have. So I have to set up on two risers on top of a Lost Mandy just to get it up because this little 70 millimeter, I just need to push it forward. And if I push it too far forward, then my filter wheel is starting to bang up against the back of my mount. So like I've had to move it up. So now I've only got like this much space and I need about this much space. So
okay.
I don't remember the measurement right off the top of my head, but I did the measurement. I'm like, that won't work.
Tarek actually said that he could help you
this weekend. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm ordering something. But
Tarek said he would be happy to help you. He has an idea for you. If you PM him, he could guide you there.
Absolutely.
So,
I would love that because I've spent way too much time and I've been in the hardware stores, you know, just trying to find like L brackets or something and just nothing seems to fit what I need to fit in.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy. I will go and get the industrial plastic 3M Velcro and I'll just slap the sucker on there. I'll just be done with it. That's it. Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what I'd had on. So now that I've changed things up, I've got the Evo guide sitting on top of my 70 millimeter now. And then I have an 80 millimeter sitting on top of my 127. So they're like completely separate from each other. But what I'd had was this guide scope. It would move from the one to the other on this little stalk. And it was a mess on each one. And then I had Velcro on top. And every time I changed up, I had to pull everything off and change the cords. And I'm done with that. I'm setting it up right so I can just pick the whole thing up, put it on the mount and be done with it. And then take it off and be done with it. Is it I'm going to do right this time. So
get an eagle.
So Jessica, Let's take a look at where you want to put your. I want to see what you got here, and let me just. So where do you want to put your? So where do you want to put your V? Is it the V2 Ultimate Power Box, right?
Yeah. No, she's got the advanced, not the ultimate.
See if I can hold
Is it
this
just the
here.
advanced?
I would
It's
like to
just,
have one here.
it's just the advanced power box that she has.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, not the ultimate, the advanced. I'm sorry. But I want to put one on one side here, and then I want to have the Raspberry Pi on the other side. That's what I'm thinking. And then I've got the space in the middle for any of my cord overflow. That's the plan. How I'm going to accomplish that yet, I don't know. What's that?
As I said, yeah, like Dan said, just get some industrial Velcro and put it on the back of the power box, and then just slap it right onto that.
That's
side.
what I did.
Or
That's
if
what
you want
I'm thinking.
if you want to get a little
I think that makes
crazy,
my best bet.
let me see those spacers on the bottom again. And turn it to so the scope's facing me. Those are some sick spacers, man. Holy cow. So now what you could do if you want to go a little bit crazy is get somebody with a drill press, and you can put a Vixen saddle on the side, and then you could fit your power box to the little Vixen saddle, like the little one that for the ASI Air Plus, a little red guy, those tiny guy.
Yeah.
Slap that in there with a couple of bolts, and on the other side do the same thing. Fit your Pegasus power box to a little dovetail saddle and slide that in there. But you're gonna have to find somebody with the drill press to do that, because if I'm looking at those spacers right, those are solid spacers that go the width of the dovetail. So you have plenty of room to put a couple of screws in there for a little dovetail in there. So
Don't
just
you
go to a
work at a
machine
high
shop.
school?
I do, but as far as presses is what you're saying, thinking, we do not have a shop.
You guys don't have a metal shop.
I'm sure you can find one in the area that would do it for almost nothing.
Very small. I mean, our whole high school from 9th grade up to 12 is like 700 kids. We used to have like a shop. We don't even have a wood shop anymore. I mean, so unfortunately,
wow.
But
they
my husband
wood
might
shops?
know some.
I thought they stopped wood shops in the 80s.
This is what we say, and this is what it's the problem with our country now when it comes to education. Vocational tech and VOTech education is getting scrapped. It's one of the few. It's one of those programs like Auto Shop. Auto Shop.
Oh, I failed that.
Metal shop.
I failed that so bad.
Metal shop. But I'm gonna go off. Don't get me started. I'll go off on something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely give you an earful of that one day, because I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of our students really could use. I mean, whether it's metal shop, plumbing, electrical, carpentry. I mean, any of those vocations. Those are the ones that our student population. That's where they're gonna go.
What do we got?
I'm sorry.
Is this the one you have? Is this the one you have?
Yes. Yes.
Hold up your rig again. Hold up your rig again. Okay. Now let me ask you. You see the riser blocks, right?
Yes.
Can you put it like so like here? My hand's the riser block, right? Can you put it like this inside the riser block?
I can put it. Hang on. I'm going to go grab that. Hold on.
I think that would be perfect. My hand is a riser block, and she just Velcros it right here. She's got the connections on the other side. It'd be perfect. Yep. Because, seriously, this thing is only what?
Okay. So I thought about doing that, but if I have that right here, see, I could put that. How do they have that? Nope, I can't. One way I can. And then I got my Raspberry Pi.
I can't see it.
They both fit in there, but
no, you can't do it like that. It's got to be
like that.
It's got to be vertical.
Be able to access the USB and the
power. So you just have enough space to put it horizontally. You don't have enough space vertically to do it.
Yeah, the best way I could figure it was one on each side because, like, I don't mind this staying on here, but the pie is probably going to come on and off. So,
Yeah.
and then that.
Scrap the Raspberry Pi and save it for an Eagle.
But I've done this, and I've got it.
Yeah,
set
you did.
up
You put a
and
lot of.
ready to go.
She
Eagle.
she put a lot of time
I got
into
the
that.
pies before. They're like these things are like $200 right now. I was just looking at them a couple days ago just for giggles, and I'm like, oh my god, I got like this for $65. It's like $200 now. Like, that's crazy. No.
Yep.
Hey, does that hold on a second? Does that the risers are aluminum, right?
Yes, I would assume.
Like they got to be aluminum. They can't
Sure.
be steel.
Well,
Probably.
they are aluminum. They're
Or
6061
they're
aluminum.
They're aluminum.
3D made. Or they're
Well,
3D made.
Well, you just got a proposal, I guess, from Bob, which is MX Quattro. He said he'd be happy to 3D print you a solution.
That would be awesome. That I was ready to buy. I think it was the Creality Ender. I was ready to buy one. Like, I'm like, this is my reason for finally getting a 3D printer. But it would probably be better idea.
If you're not on the Discord channel, all these people in the chat are on it. So
awesome.
you could text anybody, any one of these people that you see in the chat that are talking to us, because I think every single one of them have at least been on the chat at one time or another. So if you want to private message them, you can through Discord.
Awesome, guys, thank you so much. So that was Tarek and MX Quattro.
Yep.
Cool. I'm writing it down because I'm gonna forget. I know I will. Thank you, guys. I will definitely be out. Probably maybe tomorrow evening I'll get on that Discord, and yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, MX Quad, just be aware, and Tarek, nothing against you because you're awesome and we all love you here. But just remember that Tarek is from the UAE, so it may take some time to get here. However,
okay.
Bob from MX Quattro is from the Northeast. So
awesome.
They both can help you.
Christopher's right. It's really hard to find Raspberry Pis right now. I mean,
yeah, you can't find
any
anything.
computer right now is nuts.
The only thing I'm happy about was
places that have them, but you're paying. I mean, you're paying so much for it that it's almost not worth it to buy it. I mean, the whole appeal of them is that they are so inexpensive, and they're crazy right now.
The only thing that I'm happy about with is that like the video cards are going down in price.
Video cards are absolutely, and I'll be and Dan, I'll let you know something. I actually returned because it was so expensive. I actually returned my 12 gig. You know, because I really don't use it. I'm not using it because I don't game on the PC really. So I just went down and I bought a 6600 XT for $400.
Okay, all right.
You know, because a 6600 XT, I bought it for $425. The 6700 XT was almost $1,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was double that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't do either that much. So.
Yeah, well, I saw a 3060 12 gig for $890 something. You know, $900.
And I paid like 900 for mine. So yeah, it was, and I just realized, you know what, I'm not really going to use all that video RAM. So not for what I do, because I don't game. Like I said, I don't game that much. I'm mostly doing PI or APP. I'm doing more processing.
Well, I'll tell you this with PI. PI is coming up with a whole bunch of ways recently, not only StarNet, to take advantage of CUDA and the video RAM. So they're doing a lot of stuff where you're gonna, maybe not this year, but next year you're gonna want to see probably 6, 8, 12, gig video RAM.
Yeah,
because you'll be able to take advantage of it.
But with CUDA, that's NVIDIA.
It's all NVIDIA. Yeah, it's all NVIDIA.
Yes, yeah. It's all NVIDIA, and I've got AMD, so it wouldn't help me anyway.
You get NVIDIA then. I mean,
anyway,
that's the only thing that survived my Alienware. That's the only thing that's left is the 2060 that was in there. Everything else is in the garbage.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Aren't there mounting brackets for that Pegasus Astro power box that you've got?
Yes, for the Advanced there are, but they're too wide for her, she said. So
yeah. Yeah, they're just
Are they
a little
Vixen
bit
style?
What's that?
Are they Vixen style?
No, they're weird. They're these little sliding brackets that are made just for the Pegasus. They're very odd. Yeah, they're very
Oh,
odd.
weird.
Yep, that's
weird.
them. That's
Oh, yeah.
them. Yep.
And they have
Yeah,
like
that's
I mean, you can buy the one that you use for your focuser as well. And like I don't know, I guess I've got in my mind, I think maybe just doing having the custom one done, because I have in my mind what I'm looking for, and it's essentially the same thing as having it Velcroed, but not Velcroed, because I'm just over the Velcro. Like if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it so it's nice and neat and pretty, and I've got everything all together without the Velcro. But
you know what? You'll get there.
It just kind of comes out, sits up here, and I can kind of drop everything right into the sides of it on either side. I can pull it out if I need to. So
get some really long zip ties. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Okay, so hold on. So this is the rig I've got set up outside right now, and I haven't had a chance to use. Hold on. Let me get a picture of it. And it's not a zip tie, but that was my first option, and my husband didn't have it. I've got everything. If you can see that, that's a giant strap of Velcro holding this on.
There you go. Yep.
Right now.
Straight from Staples.
So it's not really stable, but I'm like, so I've got to come up with an option for that one too, but if I get a clear night on Sunday, I'm Velcroing that bad boy to the tube, so like we're not going to miss a clear night because I'm Velcro, We're going to have it stable when it needs to be stable.
What is Pete doing over there? He's like shuffling around.
I'm waiting for lightning to strike and him to come to life and say, it's alive.
What is he doing over there? He's been like futzing around.
We're all digging out all kinds of cool toys.
That's a focuser.
Ooh,
that's a big focus. What is that? 3-inch? 4-inch?
I could fit my arm inside that.
I got to put together on a Takahashi TOA 130 tomorrow.
Wow.
It's for a customer down in Southern California, and it's a 4-inch feather touch focuser and an adapter.
Wow.
I mean, look at the size of this thing. This thing is huge, man.
That's huge.
I didn't even know they made them.
Oh yeah, there's 4-inch focusers. I could fit. Well, I don't have a small hand, so I could fit my whole hand through a 4-inch focus. I could totally.
Yeah, I could just wear that as a sleeve. A gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bracer.
It's interesting is what happened is this was a project that I've been kind of waiting for Feather Touch to come back to because they're 3 or 4 months lead time. But it's for Pat and Grady Boyce, where they wanted to take the stock Takahashi focuser off. They want to replace it now with a Feather Touch 4-inch focuser. We're going to motorize it, and then I'm putting together the optical train for them. I've already got the Takahashi reducer, and I've got the precise parts that have been shipped to me. And then I got to assemble it, and then I got to break it back down into 2 packages and ship it back down to them in Southern California. So it's just amazing.
That thing's incredible.
This thing, I swear to God, this thing probably weighs close to about 20 pounds. I mean, it's solid.
Man, that's out of control. So you were able to fit that to a Takahashi, huh?
Yeah, what it is I'm going to remove the stock focuser, and then there's an adapter on that Feather Touch focuser that will actually fit to the Takahashi tube.
So you need a separate flange for that?
Yeah, there's a separate flange on there. And then now I'm just waiting for the hub. It's their Focus Boss motor. It's the HSM
the Boss
3.0. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's coming in probably in about another month. And then we're going to be able to kind of electronically micro focus it. And then they're going to be moving it. Is Jerry on here? Hey, Jerry.
He is on.
Do you know Pat and Grady Boyce down at Terra de Sol? Because that's where it's going to get shipped down to. It's kind of like on Highway 8 between San Diego and Clexco.
It's across the bay in Alameda. No, sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, what happened is just UPS just dropped it off right now, so I had to go over there and pick it up. So
nice. That's going to be a great project.
Oh, God, this scope is gorgeous. I mean, it's a gorgeous scope.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that ODK over here to check that out.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, man, and play with it, Scott. Dan, play with it. Believe
Yep.
me, play with it and shoot and do whatever you want with it.
I will.
because-
I will definitely do that. That's going to be interesting. It's good. But see, the thing with that is that takes away from my imaging time. I need another mount. But Jerry said he's not familiar with them.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Whew.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Jerry, is I'll introduce them to you so that if you're ever out there, you can kind of maybe hook up with them down there at Terra del Sol.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So we're over the 2 hour and 20 mark. We got 38 people right now. We peaked out at I think 42. So we have 42 people watching the live stream, which is great. Anybody? Oh, well, that's a good question. I did not know that the ASIR came out with an update today.
Yeah, the 9.1.
Have you heard any issues with it?
It's
Eric?
Honestly, I haven't been imaging with it yet because I just downloaded it and it's been it's been kind of cloudy, so I haven't had a chance to really use it today. I will though, because I will have to take some test shots of with me after I put on this guy, and
or one of those guys,
rebalancing everything. So I'll take a quick look. I mean, everything that I've been using on the 1.9.9 betas has been working great. I really haven't had any problems personally, and now I've got 1.9 9.53 on here now.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't mess up my M81 M82 project with the Red Cat. So hopefully that doesn't.
Yeah. But you know what? The biggest thing they did right now, I think, was the Sky Atlas, which I think is the Sky Atlas is really good, especially because you can see take a look at your sensor and you can see that rotation, so you can really frame up your target really nicely. So that's one thing I really like about the new version and everything they put into it so far. That's the biggest part of it, I think, so far has been that.
Nice.
Ernie came up with a great line there. I think that's pretty funny.
Never install. Yeah, never install an update on April Fool's Day.
Update on April Fool's Day. No kidding. You're no kidding.
The only star that's left in your nice catalog is Polaris. That's it.
It's Polaris. Yep.
I don't trust anything on the internet on April Fool's Day. I think I gave that up after a couple visits. I'm like, yeah, no. Is
the
too
only
much
thing
work
you trust
out if this is real or not?
The only thing you have to trust is that AstroWorld is on April Fool's Day. That's the other thing you have to trust.
What does that say about us, though? Yeah.
We're all a bunch of fools. That's what that says.
I'm not gonna say nothing, because I'm right here with y'all.
Oh, the big mumble comes out. I'm just here with you guys. But yeah, so another good show. Another 2 hours have gone on a Friday night. Don't you remember on Friday nights? This is a time where I would actually have gone to the bar, and now I'm getting ready to go to bed.
That's what happens when you get old.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess so. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's go.
Oh, geez. Everybody got really quiet on that. So we'll just leave it at that.
I'm not touching that one. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So my wife, Jen, bought this for me. I just got to show this to everybody. This is a whiskey glass. And on the back, it has written, the 72nd Congress of the United States of America at the second session. This is all about the repeal of prohibition. And so one has the law writing prohibition into law, and the other one has the law repealing prohibition from the law. So it's kind of cool. So I thought it was kind of cool. Anyway, but Jim said it was a real good show.
Thank you.
I love seeing everybody every week. I really, really do. And I think we always come up somehow to talk about something we haven't talked about yet. And I don't know how that happens, but it does. because there's so much. No, Scott's awake. Look at him. He's nodding. What do you mean he's asleep? He's not, he's gone.
asleep.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's come on. He's got.
He's been. You know what? Scott has been up like for the past 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah. Yep.
It's been
yep.
amazing.
No,
you know, it's been pretty awesome.
I'm glad that we got the cell phone out of the picture of the screen, though. So I'm happy about that. It said that like this. You know, but yeah, exactly. There you go. But yeah, I mean, it's been a really good. The thing that makes us talk about things that we've never spoken about before is actually the chats, and the chats come up with so many good topics that really we didn't even think about talking about half the stuff until we get on the show. We don't even. This is totally unscripted. I'm sure everybody knows we don't script any of this stuff. You know, maybe sooner or later we'll come out with a podcast or stuff like that where it's a little bit more of a scripted because there's no input from the public. There's just output from us. So we got to keep everybody engaged. But other than that, I think this is, and Pete, you and I were talking about this today, that I think part of the appeal of this show is that it's not scripted. It's not anything you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. And we try and keep it light, and we try to keep it happy, and we try and keep it relevant. And I think that's one of the things.
Absolutely.
So, can we have a discussion?
Off the rails.
Can we have a discussion sometime about decreasing overhead time during imaging? I'd be interested in efficiencies others have figured out.
Were we doing a giveaway today?
Oh, yes. Thank you. We were.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I was kind of going through that mental list. I was like, wait a minute. There's one thing that we were going to do today. And
yes. Oh, my God. See, we get so excited with this stuff. We totally forgot to do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. Hold on a second. Let me load it up real quick.
John G. Oh, your wife is awesome. My wife is asking about installing the pier after hearing about it on the show. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yep.
We get open. We got. There we go. All right. Let me share my screen here. There we go. This is so much easier with this program. It's great. Okay, so here is the IP for AP. And you know what? I'm sorry. Hold on. We may have to hold on a second. I know we have more than 17 now. So give me 1 second to upload something. And guys, please fill some dead air for me because I got to change this. And give me a second. Let me get you guys back in here.
Oh, this month I won't watch live shows. This month, but I'll survive. Oh, it's right. It's Ramadan. It's Ramadan. That's right.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
It is Ramadan. So Ramadan Kareem. It's all right. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry.
Sounds right. I went out with the Bangladeshi girl for about 3 years, so it sounded right to me.
Okay.
I see. So I'm gonna get the updated list real quick. So give me 1 second here. Because I think that we had more people here. So give me 1 second. I want to give everybody the right chance to win. I was busy doing website stuff all day. So I apologize to everybody that it's not ready to go, but I'm going to make it ready to go. Oh, no. We only have one more. So I got to find out which one is which here real quick.
Well, while you're getting that together, I'll say I like this new format. I wasn't on with you guys Wednesday, and I haven't had a chance to watch a show Wednesday because I think I probably fell asleep about 10 after 9. But I like this new format.
What, the graphics and everything?
I mean, just I don't know. Just I like it. Whatever, and I'm not sure what it is specific. I guess but I do like the way it's all set up. It's nice.
Yeah, and it's gonna get better. We're gonna once Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say once I was able to get in.
Oh yeah.
In the green room with y'all. And I'm like, now I can say, I like it.
Where's Raffle Press? There we go, Raffle Press.
Yeah, that was just a gremlin in my system, I'm sure.
And where's users? There we go. So let me see. Michael Gibbs is the other one. Okay, so that's the most recent one, April 1st. And oh, we got two more. Oh, we got a couple people. So give me 1 second here. And AstroWorld. Mars came away.
Let's
Okay,
see.
so what do we got here? We got the last one I got is Ernie Jacobs.
I like that, John. She wants a pool, you get an observatory. Right on. I think that's a fair trade. I think that's a fair trade. Absolutely. So I'm all down with that one.
I don't know why people thinking I'm asleep.
Walker and
I don't know.
They're just used to it.
They're just or maybe they're just used to it. I don't know. It's all good.
So Frank Longo.
I think, because I think that's one of the reasons why I think that, Robin gave me the okay to go ahead and whenever I'm ready to get an observatory, because we got her the hot tub. I don't know if that, so we get her the hot tub, I get the pier and the observatory. So like I say, it's fair trade.
I told Dan this story several years ago, or a couple of years ago, when we got that my husband was perfectly happy to, because my hobby when the kids were little, before kids and when they were little, but naturally I had to stop. I used to skydive, and I stopped. I went to school, started a new career. Kids aged out, so I think he was perfectly happy to see me throw my money into optics rather than throw myself out of a plane. So I think that was, I was like, wow. And then our local drop zone, Skydive Delmarva, closed down 6 months before the pandemic. So that kind of just, put the nail in that coffin. So, but I think he was like, so we're going in this direction now. I'm like, for now, so he's like, yeah, okay, we're good. Because he knew that one was coming. He had actually seen me pulling my gear out, kind of like going, all right, well, the kids are older now, and I've got the time, I've got the money. Drop zone, here I come. So yeah, he was perfectly happy to see how things come by.
Yeah, I think it's a much safer and better. It's much safer.
Yeah. That was his thought, and that was so like I kind of, and I don't give him too much.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, to get the adrenaline.
There's no such thing as a perfectly good airplane.
There is. That is true.
It's funny because I had never. Now I was just shy of getting my A license. And then just I think it was right before 9/11 because I think I had just got off of student status and started jumping by myself, and then 9/11 happened, and then of course they grounded all the planes and everything, and then I ended up going back to school starting in that January. So of course it's like, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to college, and we can set the skydiving aside for a little bit. But I had never been in an airplane to land until well after that. The first 5-6 times I was ever in an airplane, I bailed.
You jumped right out of it. Heck with landing. I'm just going to leave right now.
I apologize. I just had to add about 11 people to this wheel. So there was a lot more than I thought. There was actually a second page.
And all of that stuff. Who cares about cocktail service and first class? I'm just going to jump out of this right now.
That's fun.
Pretty much. Well, it was funny because the skydiving planes, they're stripped out. I don't know about any military or anything, but I know for private sky, they take everything out because you don't want to get hooked up in your gear. So the first time I got in an airplane and there were seats in it, I was like, whoa, there's seats in this. I don't have to sit on the floor. This is kind of cool. Then of course it was but I also don't have a parachute on my back. So
All right, we ready?
Yes.
Yes, we
All
are.
right, we're ready. So you'll notice that the screen got a little, the wheel got a little smaller. So I actually had to add about 11 people on there because there was 2 pages. So 27 people have entered for the IP for AP Master of Pixinsight giveaway. And again, I can't figure out how to get rid of this blank spot here. But so if it goes to the blank spot, well, we'll just spin it again. How about that? Do I have sound? Do I have sound? No, I don't. I gotta turn for some reason I gotta make sure you guys get turned on my side. So there you go. So now I hear you guys. Okay. All right. So ready to go for the spin?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Who's gonna win? This is for not the next, but for a Master of Pixinsight upcoming workshop. I think they have one coming up on April 22nd, if I remember right. So that's the next one. If you want to wait, they have other workshops coming. You don't have to use it for the next one. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Spin it.
It's spinning.
No whammies, no whammies. Not quite.
Oh, look at that, Andrus. He is one of our newest sponsors, and I've been talking to him on email. So, Andrus, you have won the Masters of Pixinsight giveaway, and you will be getting an email from myself. You and I have been talking for the past couple of days. You'll be getting all the information from Pete Proul from IP for AP. So congratulations to Andrus, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name because I'll butcher that too. So congratulations to Andrus. So very, very good. You'll be getting an email from Pete Proul with the way to redeem your Masters of Pixinsight class. So congratulations.
Nice. Absolutely.
And thank you for
awesome.
Jesse. Andrus wouldn't have gotten it if she didn't remind us. So awesome. So we're at almost 2.5 hours now. And let me get
easy
this.
to do.
What's that?
Yeah, it is.
I said it's easy to do.
It really is. Every
sure
time
is.
we sit there and we talk, we got to make this show shorter, under 2 hours, and it never happens.
It never happens.
Never
We've talked about that for years. It's never happened. I think we've only got away with 2 hours, maybe 3 times.
I think that was when we had our first meeting 2 years ago, where we and
we
we
were
said
really adamant to try to say we're going to keep it at 2 hours.
And you know what? In all fairness, we just have too much fun. We have too much fun, I think, and things just happen, and we just keep talking.
It's the informal format that just makes it so cool. I mean, there's no schedule, there's no formality. It's just winging it. It just makes it so the time passes.
Everyone's like, "Yeah, that'll never happen." Dave's like, "Nah, don't even try." I think.
Hey, if we try to follow a script, do you really think that we can follow a script, guys? All of us?
Me? Absolutely not. No,
absolutely not.
I agree.
I don't care if I had cue cards there right in front of me. It's that line.
Right. Another thing. Okay, so
forget about it.
The non-astronomy thing in the closet of death is this.
What?
You know what this is? No. Let me go down a little bit. Well, it's reflecting right now. This is a teleprompter that was supposed to keep me scripted. Closet of death it goes. There you go.
Hey, Dan, I think we got to auction that off.
No, I'm actually going to use that one day. I actually use that for my recorded videos, which I never do. So,
oh my gosh.
That's what I said, man. Life's too short to drink cheap beer, right?
No, I make my own. I don't even bother doing. I make my own beer now. I do. I make my own beer. Takes 6 weeks.
Oh my goodness!
But it's fun. Anyway,
yeah, that teleprompter. Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah,
forget about it.
Forget about it.
See, that was the Chicago way of saying forget about it. The Chicago
Forget
people
about
can't
it.
say forget about it.
Oh yeah, we're going off the rails now, guys. You know that.
Yeah, well, it's it's the
This
end
is
of
the
the
crazy
day.
train. This is the crazy train. We're
Oh,
going off the rails.
don't make me put on the video of me playing Crazy Train. Don't make me do that.
I beg you not. I beg for you, sir, not.
Dude, that's gonna be common. That's gonna go on. I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna throw it on for the pre-show on Wednesday. Me playing Crazy Train. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. But you know one thing, I'm gonna keep everybody. Next show
What
I'm
is
gonna
that?
let
What is
everybody
she
know
showing?
how it comes out.
What is that?
What is that? Scantron sheets?
That's Scantrons.
Those are all like Scantron.
Why can't I hear Jesse?
Jesse, are you muted?
Yes, I am. My
Oh, there
cat
you
was
go.
back
Okay.
here meowing and going crazy, so I muted myself. Yeah, they're like, my granddad worked for Burroughs. Like he was in the Navy, when he got out of the Navy, I want to say like, I don't know, like in 70s, 80s. But they had stopped using these punch cards, and it was like, get them out of here. Like, please take them. And my mom just came across this box of them. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, yes, I want those. Like, you got to let me have those just for like note cards. So that's going to like go into my, not closet of death, but this stack of stuff next to my desk of death. So
I hear you.
that tomorrow, but I'm super excited. Because like as a kid, I didn't know what they were as a kid, but my grandparents used them for note cards. My nanny used to write shopping lists on them. And I remember when I found out, somebody's like, hey, you know what this is? I'm like, yeah, that's, my nana's grocery list. They're like, no, that's not what these are. So I've got like this box of these coming. So it's
So we
silly
got-
as it is.
So we got the
fun.
closet of death and we got the desk of death. So we got
the desk of doom.
we got a COD for the DOD. And then, so
Awesome.
it's really amazing to hear all of you, regardless the distance, the planet. It's really mind-blowing that we're thousands of miles away. Thank you, Tarek. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Tarek. Really appreciate it.
Listen,
and unfortunately, you know what? I'm really looking, I'm actually looking forward to actually experimenting with this ring here.
This hollow piece of aluminum.
This hollow piece of aluminum to see if it solves all of my problems.
I'm telling you.
Doubt it, but it could get me pretty darn close.
It could.
I have to share this story with everybody. So today I'm on cloudy nights, and somebody had posted that they just purchased an APM 250 millimeter refractor. He put it side by side to his Tech 200. This APM makes that Tech 200 look like a miniature. So
I bet
everybody's kind of throwing out their comments. And so I decided to post this comment saying, hey, there's a rumor here on cloudy nights that you're going to be shipping that thing over to the Ukraine and you're going to be using that to shoot down Russian drones. I tell you what, 10 minutes later, man, I get this email from the moderator. Hey, we've taken your link down. That's not allowed. I'm going, wait a minute. It's serious.
Are you serious? Oh, give me a break.
It was just a joke. But I swear to God, I saw this. I mean, literally, he put it out there side by side to a Tech 200.
Wow.
Holy Kamaya, man. It made the Tech look like a Stellarvue 80 millimeter. It really just warped it.
Oh, my gosh.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's nuts.
That's crazy. Yeah, there you
People
go.
taking
There's always,
themselves way too damn seriously.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you, I wouldn't say anything, but if you ever seen the Newsroom, it's a show with William Hurt. He just passed away recently. And he had this speech about making America, if we're great or not. And
I remember that.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen anything like that, that kind of goes to what. Yeah, it's one of the best speeches I've ever seen. So go check it out. It's almost as good as a Rocky Balboa speech about his son in Rocky Balboa 7, but that's something else. But anyway, really off the rails when we start talking about Rocky.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
But anyway, all right. So don't forget we have The 6th is our next guest. Don't forget that. So that is going to be Bob Denny with Alpaca. So he's going to give us a rundown of Alpaca, and that's going to be really, really cool. So don't forget to check that out. That's in 5 days on April 6th. So definitely check that out. Our next spot, if you want to come and check out, Scott, I think your internet has been solved. So we got Eric's been on, Peter's been on. So Scott's the next one. We're going to be on Explorer Alliance's Global Star Party, talking about AstroWorld and what we do. So I know some of our watchers here in the chat also migrate over or go back and forth to different Astro shows. I've seen a bunch of people that come on our show on Global Star Party. So come and check out Scott and I. We'll be on Tuesday night. Not sure what time. Sometime during the day. And Jesse, you're coming on. So you're going to be coming on too to hang out. So
Jesse's looking like a deer in headlights. Like what?
One Tuesday night. It's 15 minutes.
What?
We just talk about AstroWorld. That's it. If you want to.
What I can do 15 minutes. I'm telling you though, because I'd be the one that'd be like.
No,
it's
15 minutes and we're out.
Yeah, it's 15
That's
minutes.
I can do that.
And
What night? What night is that?
It's a Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
What's the date?
Oh, I don't have a date yet. I don't know.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
yeah. So it'll be
Scott
over the
usually
next
does
couple of
these, like,
Tuesdays.
almost every Tuesday. Like he does them quite often on Tuesdays.
Yeah, he does it. He does it every Tuesday night. I've been on
Tuesday.
for the past 4 or 5 shows. But Eric was on one. Pete's been on one. We tried to get Scott on one last week, and that unfortunately the gods weren't with us. You know, and so it's a lot of fun. We talk a little bit about Astro, and then they do a lot of really, really cool topics.
Yes,
So,
they do. They have a lot of cool people.
Very, very interesting. So
It sounds fun. You
it
know,
literally
sounds like
starts at 5:30 at night, and it goes on till about 11 or 12, depending on. It's like a 6-hour show, but they have people throughout the course of the night. You don't have to stay. You can bounce in, bounce out. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
But yeah, so come check us out. What's that?
I just need to be paying attention to it. You know, like Tuesday nights. You know, so to say Tuesday nights. So generally Monday through Thursday nights. It's like TV doesn't even go on. If it does, it's like in the background. So
Yeah, no. Again, it's literally like 15 minutes. Talk about special guests. Talk about what we do. Talk about our giveaways, and then we're out. That's it.
nice.
But
Okay.
it's a lot of fun. And and then don't forget the week after that, on the 13th, we got Charles Bracken coming on, the author of the Deep Sky Imaging Primer, amongst other books. So and then hopefully we'll have the unboxing of the QHY that I'll have coming out soon, which would be nice. It's still sitting in the same spot it was on Wednesday, unfortunately. But other than that, final thoughts for everybody. We'll go around the horn, and then we'll call it a night.
Okay, cool. No, I don't really have anything. Hope everybody had a great time. This was a great show. Hope that we, folks got, some information out of it, had some fun with this. But again, don't forget to, help us out. Talk to your friends. Again, sharing is caring, caring is sharing. Don't forget to let your other friends know who are into astronomy and into astrophotography, or who are even interested, and just don't know how to get started or anything like that. Tell them about the show. Tell them, that a great group of people that can help you out. So yeah, that's all I really have. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Yep. Mr. Scott.
Yeah. Make friends with a machinist. You're gonna need them.
All right.
Get somebody that's got a metal shop, tool shop, or if you're adventurous, build one yourself.
Yeah, nah, I will not be doing that.
That's okay.
Yeah. I'll find somebody with one. I know we have metal shops all over Long Island. I'm sure you have plenty in Delaware. And you can just sit there. You just
they got to be around somewhere.
They're around. You just got to know where to look. Look through Yellow Pages. Look for a machine shop. Is there a Yellow Pages still? Am I dating myself? I don't know. You know, but
it might be like yellowpages.com. Now, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, but that never works. But
No.
you go Google machine shops near me, and you'll find it. And if you really want, well, my buddy Frank just said, "Hey, by the way, I work in one. So if you need anything."
Excellent.
See, we got all kinds of we got all kinds of hookups and resources.
There you go.
Oh, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I love being on here. I love getting on here and chit chatting with you guys. And I love you guys that are listening and jumping in and, you know, helping us out. You know, I mean, that's amazing. So yeah, MX Quattro, Tarek, I will find you guys on Discord. And then who else was that mentioned?
You know what you could do? You could just do the at symbol at everyone, and it will go to the whole channel on every single board. So you know people will all get it. So just do at everyone.
Yeah, I don't jump in on the chats much. I really need to do that more.
No, you don't. No, again, you don't have to. You know, it's just something that if you're looking for something, it's maybe an easy way to find an answer. You know. So
excellent.
And
but, yeah, guys, don't forget to get your pictures in. And don't forget to get in, I guess. So when is the last day for voting on pictures for this week? It's going to be up till next Friday, right?
Well, for the pictures of the week, the voting opens on Tuesday, and it goes Tuesday to Friday.
Okay.
The picture of the month, which they're up now on the website. If you look at the website, the picture of the month candidates are there, and you can vote for up till the 13th, I think it is. It's the next 12 days. There's actually a countdown clock on it. So you can vote for those 4 pictures for who's going to win the March centerfold, I guess you would call it. And that would be it. And
you guys out there need to go and vote. So Pete does not have to be a tiebreaker again.
Exactly.
So.
Jerry, I love that quote. That quote's the best. Mr. Spicoli, did you bring enough pizza for everybody? Sorry. My dad, he's a TV repairman. He's got this awesome set of tools. I can fix this. He's gonna
Dave,
he's gonna kill us.
Actually, I think you can resubmit next week. I think, isn't that right, Dan? If Dave wanted to resubmit.
Dave, absolutely you can. No problem. Yeah. Yep. So the only rules about pictures are this. It needs to be your own picture. Okay. You could only have one picture of the month. Okay. You can't have more than one. You can have as many pictures of the week as you can. However, you can only have one picture of the month. So it doesn't turn out to be a Dan Higgins centerfold. Well,
exactly.
That was a really bad way to put it. But
that was I don't want to picture it.
You know what I'm saying? But not a calendar. I'm not listening to Jeffrey. I'm not listening to. But the whole
thing. We need to send up our bad pictures too, don't we? We have to put up like our honest Astro photos.
Oh God, we got Jake Giles band in the background. Hold on, let me mute Scott. Hold on, there you go. I just muted him.
Thank you.
So that's the only rules for the picture. So feel free to resubmit. Absolutely. I already got X-Nays. Chris said he won't buy a calendar with the Dan Higgins centerfold in it. So
appreciate it.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't offend the eyes of the general public with me in a Speedo. I will not do that. So
oh my God.
So
yeah, I just think
you're really going off the rails now.
Yeah. So
all right, we got to close this out. Pete's already gone.
No, yeah, Pete accidentally clicked out. So if you notice that Pete is not Mr. Stoneface, he actually is just stuck in the picture. He clicked out by accident. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be back. So
yeah.
All right. So don't forget the 6th we got Bob Denny, the 13th we got Charles Bracken. Look at the website, vote for your picture of the month, enter your pictures for picture of the week. If you have an issue with the entry part of the website, please email me, text me on Discord, tell me. The Google Drive link is still active, so you can drop it in there as well. Just let me know that you put something in there, okay? So, the voting for Picture of the Month is good for the next 12 days. And the Picture of the Week, voting starts on Tuesday. So get your pictures in for submission over the weekend up till Monday at, I think it's Monday at 11:59 p.m., if I remember right. So.
Oh, and don't forget about our Patreon account. So you don't have to worry about YouTube. Don't forget about our Patreon if you decide that you want to subscribe to.
And don't forget
AstroWorld,
about our Patreon account. So you don't have to worry about YouTube. Don't forget about our Patreon if you want.
Oh my God, whose voice is that?
Pete, you came back in and turned down your volume.
So you don't have to worry about YouTube.
I just muted Pete for a second.
Yeah.
Pete.
I was like, oh my God, whose voice is that?
But, Pete, lower your volume a little bit.
It's like
feedback.
Frozen and unfroze. It's like, holy cow, where did he come from?
There you go.
But,
You're good now. You're good now.
Yeah. But don't forget, if you would like to subscribe and be a subscriber and to contribute, and all that good stuff to AstroWorld TV, don't forget, check out our Patreon. Subscribe on Patreon, not on YouTube.
Yeah, and if you want to go through the YouTube page to get there, you can. You can just go to the about link on the YouTube page, and there is a link to the Patreon account at the bottom. So you could do that as well, or you could just go to patreon.com and search for AstroWorld TV. Either way.
Yep. Either way. So.
All right. Well, Pete, you made it. You made it back for your final thought. So we'll let you have your final thought.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, it's an absolute pleasure to be on here on Wednesdays and Fridays. And I'll be honest with you, this is for the viewer membership. Kudos to Dan for actually starting this, and then Eric coming on board, because the two of you guys have really put the effort to kind of keep this as a source of knowledge, and we truly owe you a debt of gratitude on that. But more importantly, I'm going to ask our viewer membership, pass the word. Let's get to 100 members on Wednesdays and Fridays. I mean, we do have enough viewership right now in terms of membership, but we just need to get the viewership up to about 100. Wouldn't it be kind of nice to have 100 people on here, everybody throwing their comments out and asking questions, and we providing our scope of knowledge? I'm going to say that's a goal that I want to shoot for. And I'm going to ask the viewer membership, help us to get to that goal. I'm going to reach out to you, and I'm going to actually ask you, please help us get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, like I said tonight, we're peaking it in the mid 40s usually. It'd be great to break 3 digits on a live show. I think that would be a huge, like monumental.
That would be a huge win.
Yeah, and you know what? If we do 100, if we have 100, we break 100, we'll do 2 giveaways that night. No matter what the rules say, we'll do 2 giveaways that way, and we'll roll it out, and we'll figure it out. But it won't be the Eagle. So it's not going to, the Eagle's a set date. But everything else we can give. You know what? If we do 100, I'll do a giveaway for each one of our sponsors that night. I don't care. But if we do 100, that would be awesome. But yo, Eric, at least you're not a Cubs fan.
That's right.
8 men out.
That's it. Great show, guys. Great show. Always a great show. Really informative, giggles and laughs. I mean, this is the thing I think that makes this show so spectacular, is that it's just informal. It's just informal, but at the same time, it's very informative. So I hope that our membership gets a lot of insight into what we do, provide here as a collective group.
Yep, I agree. All right,
definitely.
Hot diggity
dog, giggity. But
So, yep. But shameless plugs. We got AstroWorld, we got Astro Playground for Scott. Shameless plug, Astro with Eric. We've got. We also have our own, little channels and stuff like that. With also little informative stuff. So check those out too. And if you find those informative, consider subscribing to those too.
Yeah, I mean, and if you go and look on the YouTube channel for AstroWorld, you will see listings of all of our contributors' YouTube pages on there. So including Astro with Eric, including Astro Playground, including Lazy Astronomer, Astro for Dummies, and Rocky Mountain Astro. I mean, everybody that has their YouTube page that's a contributor to AstroWorld, you could link to them from AstroWorld, or feel free, if you don't like me, you don't like us together, go to their own page. If you just like Eric, go to Eric's. If you like Scott, go to Scott's. Pete, Pete, you're gonna have to get a rotary phone and call him.
I'm like Ali. Everybody loves Ali. I'm so pretty. Everybody just wants to come on and see my show. That's all it is.
This is a question I'm going to ask for the membership. We're going to put Scott on the hot seat right now because Scott has had that rig now for 2 years. He's finally moved down to Florida. So I'm going to ask the membership, send Scott an email. We want to see the photos from that rig. Scott,
and not the old ones from New York. Not the ones from New York. We want the ones from Florida. We want them from down south. We want them from Florida.
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 All right, everybody, we're fooling around now. I think it's time to say goodnight. You know, I'm going to start being Bowser from Shana Na in about 2 seconds. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin.
God, no, help us. That's all good. No, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
All right, that's it.
Have a good night, everybody. You know, have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Everyone's calling us the Brady Bunch now. So, sooner or later, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to have a 9 spot. And we're going to have 3 by 3 by 3. And I'm going to have the music in the background. Da, 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 da.
But you know what? I think we can all fill, everyone from
I just muted Scott again. I can't.
9 spot now. I think we can actually fill the 9 spot now with everybody in the crew.
Yeah, yep. Maybe we could do something like Thanksgiving or something like that. Get all 9 of us together because we have 9 now.
Are you saying the 5 of us right now is a full house?
That it is. Okay. That it is. All right, everybody. Remember, come hang out with us. Spread the word. Have a good weekend. And as always, remember, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Wednesday night on the next episode of AstroWorld. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good weekend.